This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe anything that we say on the History of Bad Ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the History of Bad Ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke.
It's about comic books and movies, growing up with Rokusuki. Superman before Zack Snyder ruined him. Michael Keaton was the best Batman, while Christian Bale was just deadpan. No one remembers the other ones. Princess Leia in bikinis and Transformer Lamborghinis. Please don't let Shia LaBeouf ever act again. Please, God, no. Remembering tales from the crypt, back when Michael Bay wrote good scripts. He wrote scripts. All right here is no mystery, 'cause it's the history of bad. It's bad. It's the history of bad. So bad. It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad. It's bad. It's the history of bad. So bad. It's the history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 315. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
Blake.
I'm Jim.
And I'm the intern.
Ooh, full table tonight. Blake, welcome back.
Thank you.
We're glad you're back. You had a personal week last week.
That's correct.
I understand you had to get caught up on Oak Island.
I did. I had to watch it because they're finding more buried wood.
How many buttons did they find last week?
No buttons.
Okay.
But they were burying wood?
They found wood. They found more wood, and they found more iron spikes.
Did you find wood this week?
It's confidential.
Okay, sorry. So, this is the last season of it, right?
No.
No, they're going to milk this for as many years
Really?
as they can.
They probably said it was going to, but then they'll bring it back another year.
Oh, so it's Modern Family.
Yes.
Yeah, but you know, they keep finding interesting stuff. Now, does it actually lead to treasure? I don't know.
Well, they have to find it because the producers go and bury it.
No, the treasure is called the money they keep milking in advertisers to keep the show going on every year.
Jim,
That's the real treasure.
Every reality show is fake except for this one. This is real. This
This
real.
one isn't scripted.
No, not at all. Not at all.
No.
Just like Gold Rush.
That's right.
Or what was that? Is that Gold Rush?
Yeah.
Where you have to go in the glory hole?
Ooh,
Isn't it?
that sounds disgusting.
I'm going to scoot away from Jason. Thanks, Jason.
What, you don't like the glory hole?
No, you just moved the equipment, and now I can't hear a damned thing.
I'll fix it.
I had it going where it was working, and now you moved it, and I can't hear a damned thing at all.
Can you hear it now?
touch that
Nope.
wire.
Okay. Well, I'll fix it for you. Give me a
Okay.
second.
Technical difficulties.
Oh, it's not technical. It's just a difficulty.
I think you just turned the sound all the way down.
Oh, that's all right. So let me get that for you. Moving on.
You know, we could be 5 minutes into our podcast and nobody's hearing anything.
No, this is just us for the headphones.
Can you make
So-
more noise?
Anyway, sorry. Moving on.
Can you hear stuff in your headphones, Jason?
Yeah, I hear it.
Well, now I hear it. Now I got it in left. You got the left working, but now the right isn't working.
Anyways, moving on. We'll fix it. Intern, get on this.
I got it.
The rumor has it that you only showed up this week because of the Oreo challenge.
50-50.
Okay. The Oreo challenge is going to be good. It's going to be coming up in a little bit. I don't think it's going to be much of a challenge this week.
Yeah, I don't think it's a challenge.
I think it's a challenge on who can eat the most.
So
who could eat the least.
No, it's going to be the most because we're going to be fighting over them.
Well, who wants to try and win by not eating?
Ooh.
I'm out.
I'll be honest. This is the first one I really want to try. Next to the peanut butter one.
Oh, you loved the latte ones.
Oh, latte ones were good.
They were good.
Just because of the smell. Speaking of lattes, I've been drinking Blue Moon Iced Coffee Blonde. I don't like coffee beers. This is pretty damn good. I have to admit, it's not bad. What you got over there, intern?
A little White Claw.
Ooh, what flavor?
It's the pure.
Ooh.
Does that mean no flavor?
No flavor at all. Just pure vodka and seltzer.
So battery acid.
Intern, what did you think of the PBR coffee? The iced coffee.
The iced coffee. It was great after the first 2 drinks, but after that, I wanted to throw up. It was just like
What is PBR? Past Blue Ribbon?
Plastic Blue Ribbons iced coffee.
Just for those that may not know.
yeah.
So
They
that's fine.
came out with an iced coffee.
Well, it's either that or the
beer.
professional bull riders.
Ooh. Would have been better if it was professional bull riders.
I probably would have enjoyed it a little bit more.
Do you like PBR in general?
No.
Okay.
I do.
That's because you have no taste in
I'll
beer.
have beer. I got a lot of taste in beer. It is past Blue Ribbon.
It won an award at
right.
Blue Ribbon.
And
We
it's a-
won
and it's a
Podcast
lot-
Land Podcast of the Month. Doesn't mean we're good.
And it's a lager.
I thought that's exactly what that meant.
I mean, yes. yes, it is. Thank you. So, Blake,
I like Wiedemann's too.
really?
And hams.
Oh, Hams is good. Hams is good.
That's right. Yeah, no,
Burger
hams.
Light? Oh.
Ooh, some
True
GLT.
refreshing.
My grandpa used to work for Burger Brewery back in the day.
It was called the Burger Brewery back then.
Yes, it was. We didn't make a good investment. We invested all in Pogs. It did not work out. Specifically, Alf Pogs.
Alf is back in pog form.
It did not work out.
And now you're back to IOUs.
Yes.
IOUs is
We're
working
down to
out
that.
for you.
IOUs are just like cash.
That's right.
That's right.
As good as real money.
Let's see, Blake. Since you were out, you had some good. You had a good week with the Cleveland Browns. They got a new coach.
It's the best thing about being a Browns fan.
Every year you look
every
forward to
year
a
you
new
get a new
coach.
coach, man.
Every
That's
2
awesome.
years.
That's right. Sometimes more. And sometimes less than 2 years.
No, I heard, whenever the Browns get a new coach, it's time to change your filter in your
Furnace.
Your furnace is correct. That is true.
So they could have had Josh McDaniels.
Yeah.
And who do they get? Steph?
Stefanski.
Yeah.
So they went well.
You say that like Josh McDaniels is a prize.
Oh, I would have won him. He seems like an asshole.
Well, they could have had this guy.
but
like,
he was
yeah.
the top. In theory, he was the top guy on the
They
market.
could have had Marvin Lewis.
They could have had Marvin Lewis.
So Josh McDaniels, how was his coaching, his head coaching career
History.
gone?
Terrible.
11-17.
So was it 2 bad years in Denver?
And
right?
then he took the job in Indy
and then
and
backed
then
out.
backed
In the
out
middle of the flight and turned the flight around.
Indy.
after other coaches got hired. So Indy had to go hire. yeah,
Well,
that was the
actually,
best thing for Indy.
Yeah.
he's one of the truest, biggest assholes in the game.
Todd Haley's up there.
Oh yes,
Todd
I agree.
Haley.
Greg Williams.
Yep.
Todd Haley, coach of my Arizona Cardinals for a while.
Well, Greg Williams, he's a former Browns coach.
He is.
They stuck with Greg Williams.
They should have stuck with him last year.
And then kept Kitchens in their roles, and they might have actually worked well. Bad cop, good cop. Williams, strict disciplinarian.
Kitchens is
Kitchens,
doing great. He's got
goofy.
5 years paid or 4-year
Yeah,
vacation.
Exactly. He's
it's
got,
it's not the best contract in sports. That was Doug Marone's.
I don't know. Charlie Wise had a pretty good one too.
From Notre Dame.
Notre Dame and Kansas.
Yeah.
They both paid him to go away.
Marone didn't get fired. Marone stepped away from Buffalo with an out that he still got paid for those remaining 4 years on
$10 million.
Yeah.
And then he went to Jacksonville and somehow has kept his job.
Oh, he should have. I mean,
I actually like Doug Marone in terms of coach. I like his style, but
the Jacksonville problem, I don't think was Marone.
I think Coughlin.
Coughlin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And losing Coughlin, we'll see what he can actually do.
Do you think
now.
the downside of Coughlin's career this year was when he made Tony Khan do push-ups? Don't come in my office without doing push-ups. Coughlin, calm down. You're old school. It's okay. Do push-ups. Do it.
Well, it's better making Tony do it than make Shaw do it.
Oh, he made him do. He made him do two a days. Sean, you can't come in until you do 2 a days. What? I own this team. I don't care. I want a Super Bowl. Damn it.
They should probably get used to on these push-ups so they can enter into AEW.
Oh, that's right. AEW. I have to say this.
Market there for the cons. Yeah. I don't think you're going to work out for the football team. You want to wrestle?
Steve McMichael's a 4 horseman. How about you? You think you got it? Hey, Boyle, Bortles.
It
you
worked
think-
for The Rock.
That's
Goldberg?
Blake Bortles. Oh, not yet. Sorry.
He's with the Rams.
Sorry. So
Still getting paid millions to do nothing.
Jake Jordals?
Jake Jordals.
I will have to say the AEW this week was pretty weak. It was a little rough.
Eh,
But highest ratings since opening week, I think they said.
yeah.
A weak performance, but high ratings.
Yeah. It was.
That's
it
sad,
felt
though, because
sluggish.
people might take that as what to expect if people just started returning.
They've had decent
tuning in.
ratings. They really have. And I always like the wrestling fans that, bitch about, I hope it goes under. Why? Why are you wishing it to go under? It's another wrestling organization.
It's more competition.
Yes.
It's
going to make the other product better.
in theory their success is making the WWE push to be more successful. So
Yes.
everybody should win.
It will be more successful when Vince dies.
Well, I mean, when wrestling was at its height
the Bengals
in
win.
my lifetime was during the 90s Monday Night Wars.
Yeah.
I mean, both of them were trying to put out the best product available, and the fans, got to enjoy it, except for Blake.
Well, that's true. Blake didn't.
Yeah, I gave up on that when I was 12 years old.
Did you?
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings or?
No.
Still
Oh.
real to me, damn it.
That's right.
That's right.
Well, I mean, right now you got Impact Wrestling, which just crowned the first woman professional heavyweight champion, Tessa Blanchard. Well, sexy star in Lucha, but that doesn't really count because she's a asshole. And then you have NWA Power, NWA, which is actually really fun. Have you seen it,
I
Hackney?
watched a couple. It's pretty good.
I've enjoyed
They put
it.
out some good music, too.
They do. Shut up. Anyways, and then you have Impact, NWA, you have Ring of Honor,
They got a
which...
reunion tour coming out,
Shut
don't
up.
they?
Get out. Marty Scurll just signed
I
with
saw
Ring of
that.
Honor and is the booker.
Ice
Booker
Cube's
Man.
son's going to play Ice Cube.
He actually looks like him. He could. He could rap like him. And then you got AEW. You got WWE. Am I missing one in there?
NXT. Well, I mean,
NXT,
it's
yeah.
WWE, but still
Yeah.
they're
New Japan.
New Japan. That's the other one. Which Impact bought AXS TV, which was showing New Japan and Impact's parent company. And they're like, yeah, you can go away now. We're just going to show Impact Wrestling.
You're missing backyard wrestling, too.
Oh, yeah.
and midget wrestling.
Yep. Little People Wrestling. So, you also missed the Sporting Goods Wrestling organization that Jim and I ran for a couple years. Had the most famous shoot ever. Jim was supposed to do a Frankensteiner, and I just powerbombed him and pinned him. It was never the same after that. It was never the same.
No, because you didn't sell the proper move, and everyone.
And everyone was pissed off the champ didn't win. He
Correct.
got stuck with a scrub who has a career record of like
I'm 8.
4.
No. I'm 8 and 192. I have 7 championship reigns. So it's amazing. I mean,
When you win, you want a belt.
yes. I never defend it well, but I always win. I always felt like that was the best.
I had the long-running
Cruiserweight.
champion of Cruiserweight because
Yep.
no one was able to challenge me.
Nobody could get into your weight class.
Nope.
You either had to be 105 or less or 300 or above.
At that time, I was not over.
Okay, I'm
300.
sorry.
I did like Jason's most recent defeat in the Gatlinburg pay-per-view.
Yes. Jim literally picked me up and threw me over onto a couch. It was on Jeff's deposit.
Belly to back suplex.
Yep. And I really thought the couch was going to break. My wife thought the couch was going to break.
I was downstairs and thought the couch was going to break.
The good news is it didn't break and you didn't have to pay anything.
Yes.
That $50 waiver, I think, was a little bit higher if the couch broke. Excuse me, ma'am, your couch broke. How? I don't know. It came in and was like that.
I sat down on it and it broke.
Yeah,
It
that's
broke
it.
and it put a hole in the floor.
Is it made of cardboard like the beds in Japan?
Hey, they're going to stand up to plenty of sex.
Olympic, the Olympic the beds in the Olympic Park
Are
for the
made
athletes
of
are made of
cardboard?
cardboard. But they can hold 300 pounds, I think they said.
That's it?
I think it's 300.
Then it won't hold up to a lot of sex.
Well, a lot of those athletes are like 130 pounds, 150.
Yeah, but when you get 3 or 4 of them together,
They'll pull 3 beds together. So
oh, okay.
When you bring those gymnasts in, you don't know what to expect.
They just need parallel bars. They don't need a bed. It's okay.
the problem with those gymnasts, the gymnasts are all 16. What are you trying to say, Blake?
I'm not trying to say anything.
Get out. Get out. Well, that took a dark turn.
I need these straps installed in my ceiling. I gotta practice my ring routine. What? These look like bondage traps. Don't ask any questions. Just
Put them in.
put them in.
They're made of recyclable material.
Yeah, they're made out of cardboard too.
So for a job that I may or may not have, there's a part of it that you have to take pictures possibly of it inside of a house to look at damages. And I think it was maybe 6 months ago, it was awesome. I was looking through these photos that this guy takes in the field, and they had handcuffs. Oh, Blake just broke the microphone. What is going on?
I gotta reattach the whole thing to the table. I didn't touch it.
I was looking through the photos, and there was a bar above a bed with handcuffs on it. And I'm like, well then, okay.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. It was a vacant property, so I was hoping that somebody wasn't kidnapping
Oh,
there.
yeah, that
That was the downside.
that's a little sketchy.
I had to make sure that was what I was looking at. Yep, that's what I'm looking at. Okay. The good news is there was only 6 bloody sheets, so I think it was fine. I don't think it was anything major. Nothing major. So, do you want to say a breath of silence? Neil Peart? Whatever. Until he comes on the show and corrects us.
I'm coming on the show and correcting you.
Breath of silence. Okay. From Rush.
From Rush.
So, anyone's a big Rush fan in here?
I'm scarred from Rush.
Okay.
Oh, you have an ex-girlfriend who...
No. That's John Bon Jovi.
Hey. Watch your mouth.
No, I lived in a fraternity house, and 2 drunks were big Rush fans, and so they would wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning with Rush on the house stereo, which my room was next to.
That's what you get when you pay for friends.
Yeah, I know. It was great.
Was it Dr. Bednar?
It was like a tradition. It was a routine.
It's Dr. Bednar.
No, it wasn't Dr. Bednar.
He doesn't pay him anymore.
Were they worse than
big.
Jason Segel and I Love You, Man?
Was it Gecko?
No, not Gecko either. This is before his time.
Slopping the boss.
Slap it a
So big. I guess they come in drunk off their asses after whatever 3 o'clock in the morning. I think it was they timed to see how long it would take before I ran into the room and yanked all the cords out.
Nice friends.
By cords, you mean their penis, right?
No, I'm talking about
Sorry.
stereo cords, man.
Sorry. Anyone else died? I thought a lot of people died this week.
I thought there was a lot of
last
passing away.
week.
A lot last week. I think it was right after our. It was Wednesday or Thursday last week that he died. Neil. He had cancer, didn't he?
Brain
Brain
tumor.
Yeah, he had brain
tumor.
tumor, and he died.
He was young too.
Saturday.
Friday.
Friday. Yeah.
I think it was 61. I think they said.
Yeah, that's about right. I don't
Yeah,
know
I think it was
exactly what
something
it
like
was.
So, that was uplifting.
Great.
Anybody see any movies this week?
I did watch Six Underground on Netflix, the Michael Bay movie with
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds.
Mm-hmm. And
It's a Michael Bay movie with Ryan Reynolds.
was Reynolds entertaining?
It was better than most Michael Bay movies, but it was very Michael Bay.
Better than The Island.
Yes, much better than
Okay.
The Island. But it was a lot of very choppy chases and explosions with poor editing and terrible pacing.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, the most Michael Bay movie I've ever seen.
I watched the first half of The Irishman. I'm still waiting.
And?
Not bad.
Okay.
I mean, I still have to watch the end, so.
You can't judge it till you know how it ends.
Is that on the poster? First half, not bad.
That's right. You can't judge it until you watch it to the end. That's
Jim
on the
says you
poster.
can't
That's
judge
right.
it until Jim from Hobie says you can't judge it until you watch the end.
I'll buy that.
That's in the IMDb.com trivia section.
Hackney, you got anything?
No, I haven't watched any movies this week. I'm just
I want to see one of the movies in the Twitter poll. I want to see 1917.
Yeah, I would.
That's on my list to see.
I want to see
Yeah.
1917 too.
I'm not a war fan, but I kind of really want to see that.
Yeah.
Oh, we're all fans of war.
Well, movies.
Oh.
Movies. Sorry. What is it good for?
Absolutely nothing.
I saw-
Say it again.
I saw Free Solo, which is up for an Academy Award 2 years ago. Or last year. So I'm catching up.
ago.
Scab Jeff watches all the movies that were nominated this year. I watched all the movies nominated last year.
2 years ago.
Whatever. Maybe some last year, too. It was a documentary about free soloing rock climbing.
That actually won, didn't it?
Yes. And the whole time, my wife and I are watching it. It's a National Geographic It's on National Geographic on Disney
I think it
Plus.
might have been 3 years ago.
That was 2 years
It was
ago.
2 because he did it in 2017.
Oh, okay.
I might have won $100 if it didn't win.
Oh, okay.
So it's basically about this guy that does rock climbing without ropes or anything, and he's an odd man. And basically, if he makes one mistake, like his feet and toes and hands are on millimeters of sand and rocks, and if he misses it, he's dead. And the whole time, my wife is like, "Well, I think he dies," and I'm like, "Ah, shit." I don't know if I can watch this if I'm watching this guy fall off a cliff because
I regret nothing.
you keep watching him. He practices
That's
and
what he yelled.
The reason how he does is he scales these cliffs and mountains with rope over and over and over again. And his big thing is the one in Yosemite, and he did that like 17 times.
Half Dome?
I don't know. It's the one straight up and down. I can't remember what it's beautiful, but he does it, and so he knows exactly how to do it, and so he knows every.
So
little,
he does it with rope and practices with the rope
Yes.
beforehand.
yeah. So he knows
okay.
there's I think 6 or 7 tough spots in this one that are like death defying. Well, all of it is, but
And he knows where all the small little
Yeah.
cracks and handholds and
but you watch this and you're just like, I seriously was just sweating because I'm watching this. I'm like, oh my god, he's going to fall. Oh my god, he's going to fall. It was well done. It was an amazing film.
What would he do if someone came in after he tested it, but before he went free solo and like spackled in the holes?
With the dustbuster, gets all the rocks out. Gets
he
all
would
the
have died.
Well, and that's the funny thing is because they're like, well, there's not many free soloists in the world. Well, no shit, because they all die. I think while they're filming this, and now they filmed this over a couple years, but while they were filming it, like 3 people died. And they're like, oh, what do you think about, he was one of your friends. He's like, well, it was bound to happen. And he's like,
He was doing what he loved.
yeah. And he's like, I'd rather do it that way, go out that way. It's like,
I'd rather not go out.
yeah, I don't want to die.
I'd like to stick around for a while.
Spoiler: he didn't die.
No, he didn't. And so when after we get through it, and my wife's like, I thought he died. I was like, I was worried about the whole movie because he died. You told me that.
I think he died after the movie.
No, he's still alive.
He's still alive. Yeah.
He actually retired somewhat. He has like sponsorships from like 15 different places. North Face sponsors him, and he goes around and does motivational talks and all this.
Did he ever free solo the North Face?
The clothing company.
Well, the clothing company is named after the mountain
I have
in
no
the
idea.
Alps.
I don't know. I don't know.
Is it Mount Blanc or Matterhorn's North Face? One of the mountains.
Well, my issue was like, how does this guy make a living? Like, obviously sponsorships, but I'm like, how? And my wife's like, he drives around and lives in a van. I mean, that's the reason he does it. For the last 7 years, he's lived in a van.
Down by the river.
And he parks it down by the river.
Pretty much.
He probably is an influencer.
Oh, God. Well, the funny thing is
for
that
ropes.
he is sponsored by a rope company. My wife checked it up, like, who he's
Oh,
sponsored
he
by.
should be.
He uses them. But, yeah, it was just...
Use my ropes. They make good nooses.
If I wouldn't be challenging death every week if I had this rope. So yeah, it was very well done though. Scab Jeff was right about a movie for once, so I was impressed with that. So Blake, anything with you?
During my Hobie hiatus, I got a lot of shit done.
Come on, give me some fast ones here. What do you got?
I finished all the Mandalorian.
I still have to finish
Finished
3.
The Witcher.
How have you not finished The Mandalorian?
My son and I can't figure it. Like we were supposed to watch it last night, and he rather played the Switch. He's like, I want to play Switch with you. I was like, well, okay.
You
I'm not
realize
gonna-
he's already finished it, but just afraid.
I
to
know.
tell you.
I know. He probably has.
yeah, so just go watch it.
I know. What was that?
Yeah.
Did you like Mandalorian?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was good. I also did The Witcher too.
And
The more I watched it, I was kind of like, man, this is pretty cool. I wonder how they got Penelope Cruz to do it.
money.
Did they get Penelope Cruz to do it?
Yeah, isn't that the female lead?
I have no idea.
She's not in the first episode. That's all I know.
Well, every review I
Oh wait, hold on. That was the poor lady's Penelope Cruz.
That was a
Poor
horse.
man.
That was a horse,
What?
Blake.
Oh,
hey, Sarah Jessica Parker's not in it.
I kept watching. It was like, man, how they get Penelope Cruz to do this movie? She's not looking as good as she used to be.
Get out. Just get out. Every review I've seen of The Witcher is, well, there's no other fantasy shows, so I guess we'll go and watch this.
That's how I
There are
started.
other fantasy shows.
Well, I guess right now that just came out.
You watch The Expanse. I guess it's more sci-fi.
Is that Amazon?
Yeah,
That's Amazon.
You see Bautista is signed on for C season 2 on Apple.
I don't even know what C is.
Jason Momoa,
Said the blind
Oh,
people
it's the
tribe.
Momoa one. Okay.
that they're all blind except his wife gives birth to two twins that can see,
They've
and a
wait,
queen tries to kill them.
They've already done a second season?
They signed on for a
Signed
second.
on for it.
Isn't that kind of like a
And you said he
dystopian
signed
future
on for
thing,
the
too?
third
It is,
season?
yeah.
It's not for the second season.
Bautista's in the second season.
You said third.
Second.
I said
Second.
Go back to the tape.
Okay.
Suck it.
Third.
Second.
23rd.
Yeah.
My wife is like, there's some like really good shows on Apple TV, like the morning show and all that. And I was like, yeah, there's 3. And she's like, how much does that cost? I was like, I think it's like $8 or something like that. I was like, forget it. We're not doing that.
Well, see what you do, and
You get the free thing.
Well, you just pay for a month, watch everything for that month,
Then
get rid of
cancel.
it, and then get the next. So every month you just get a new streaming service and watch a month's worth of programs.
That's what I'm doing
and
with
just
Westworld.
recycle it through.
I'm going to sign up for HBO for 2 months for Westworld for 8 episodes.
Yeah,
Get it out.
Verizon gave us Apple TV free for a year when we upgraded our phones.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Have you watched much on it?
I'm halfway through the morning show so far.
I heard that was kind of preachy.
It is. It's a little on the nose for the Me Too and Brian Lauer kind of thing, but it's pretty good.
Okay.
Do they yell down the hall a lot?
Not in the first half. Maybe the second half.
They go out the door and down the hall now.
I heard it had the Green sisters in it.
Who are the Green sisters?
Rachel and Jill Green.
I don't know who that is.
Okay.
Friends?
Are they related to Penelope Cruz?
No.
Oh, I get it now. Aniston.
Yeah, Jennifer Aniston.
And
got
Reese
it.
Witherspoon.
And
I
Reese
got
Witherspoon
it.
played
I
her
got it.
sister in
I
Friends,
got it.
and
Shut up, Jeff.
I got it.
they just need to get Christina Applegate in, and they can all be there.
She a sister too?
She played the other sister.
Oh, okay. Anything else, Jeff or Blake? You've watched?
Did The King on Netflix? That's actually pretty good.
That
King.
was pretty good. Yeah, that's
Based on
I don't
the
know.
Fifth,
Timothy,
Shakespeare.
Chalamet.
Chalamet, yeah.
No.
And Pattinson, plays the French prick.
yeah.
Robert Pattinson?
Robert Pattinson.
Batman.
Did he shimmer?
No.
No.
He said, "I am Batman."
He was in Twilight. He can't be Batman. I don't understand how he can be Batman. He was a vampire. He's not really a vampire. And if he was, I guess that would be a better thing.
Although it would have been cool if he was able to make What We Do in the Shadows council episode.
Yeah.
Coming back this year.
It is.
This is
April.
Season 2.
I saw one of my favorite memes I shared like 4 years ago, and it was Robert Pattinson and Kristen Stewart standing in a scene from the movie, and behind them was Wesley Snipes. And then it was, this is how the movie should have turned out.
Are you excited about Westworld coming back, Blake?
Yes, I am.
I haven't seen it. I don't know. I didn't like Season 2.
They said they're going back to a little bit. It's not going to be as. It's going to be more linear this season, and they got the timeline out. I put it on our Facebook page, History of Bad Ideas. They did a teaser, and it takes place in 2058. When it all went to shit. They built the technology in 2039, and it's been in existence for that long.
Yeah, for a while.
So they kind of did a timeline. Russia had a civil war in like 2024 or 2030.
We got that to look forward to.
I'm trying to think what else they had. It was kind of cool. They kind of did all the timeline up to it.
So how many years is Trump president? Because I know he's going to run 6 or 7
They do have his
times.
impeachment in there for 19, and then they go on in that, and then some earthquake and some other stuff in that. So, but yeah,
But I actually seen 2 Robert Pattinson movies like within the past 2 weeks. The other
Water
one was
for
The
Elephants?
Lighthouse. I watched The Lighthouse
How was
last
that?
night. It's fucked up.
Nah.
It's weird. Yeah, I
It's
think
fucked
it's one
up
of
good or
those
bad?
kind of good. I think it's one of those movies that's really weird, but the fact that it's black and white, everybody's like, "Oh man, that's so awesome." I was
like The Artist.
If it was color, it probably wouldn't be as good, but it was weird. I mean, that's all I could say.
So, was Aquaman in the lighthouse?
yes,
Okay. Because why have
And-
a lighthouse
and-
if Aquaman ain't going to be
and
there?
what's Aquaman squeeze? What's her name?
Mira?
Mira, yeah, she's in
Nicole
it too.
Kidman.
Yeah.
No, that was his mother.
Oh, sorry. No, they're allowed down there under the sea.
No, they're not.
No.
Yeah, there's a it's pretty weird. There's a lot of self-abuse in that movie.
In Aquaman?
No.
I must have missed
Lighthouse.
that one. Is that on YouPorn?
the Lighthouse.
Like real self abuse or quote unquote self
Quote
abuse.
unquote self-abuse.
Okay.
In black and white, dark color, shadow. I guess they're trying to be artsy. I don't know. It was just weird. I was just really disappointed by it because, you hear all this, critical acclaim. The guy that did The Witcher, The Witch, and it's great. And I start watching it, and I'm kind of like, it's not like a film noir thing where the guy, they're slowly losing their mind. It just goes weird. It's just strange. It's just another one of those weird movies that I guess you got to be high to watch and enjoy. I don't know.
Is that on the poster?
Yeah, you got to be high to
Blake
watch.
of Hobie
I
says
don't
you got to be
know.
high to watch this.
That's my review on IMDb.com.
Let's see here. Let's do our Oreo challenge real quick here.
Oh, I also started Schitt's Creek.
Oh, how was that?
That's funny.
It is more enjoyable than I anticipated it to be.
Are you a big Christopher Guest fan?
Yeah, it's got kind of like that improv, humorous feel to it.
Because I love Best in Show.
But a lot of it has to do with Dan Levy, his son, writing and producing it. It's actually pretty funny.
Is Jason Biggs in it at all?
No,
No pie fucker
no pie fuckers.
Supposedly they were doing They were talking about doing an American Pie TV series.
with Jason Biggs.
Yes. I don't know why.
He
you would
got
want-
his own son now.
I have
Is
no
it-
idea. I didn't write it.
I mean, he's old enough to have a son in high school now,
And
isn't he?
if-
Junior.
I'm just saying, if they do that and he has a younger son or, like that, I'm going to be pissed because that's going to, wipe out American Wedding and American Reunion. I want those films to be canon, damn it.
Why would that wipe out America?
American Reunion more so.
Okay.
They better not wipe that out. That was a classic.
I'm sure Chris Klein signed on.
He signed on for American Reunion.
Yeah, they didn't have him for
Didn't
American
he? Hadn't
Wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember?
Yeah.
Chris Klein's on a Netflix movie that just came out.
Street Fighter 2.
No, it's
Will work for food, or will act for food.
That's not acting.
I believe it could be Benchwarmers 2.
Yes.
Oh.
He's the ringer.
He's the ringer
so
for the
yeah.
company softball
I
team.
just was scrolling through Netflix the other night and
They made a
and-
Benchwarmers too.
Yes.
Yes.
How much
Same
do you think
actors.
No.
Well, no, Chris Klein's
No,
in it.
none of the same actors.
Okay, well, Chris Klein, like I said, was the ringer, so I thought maybe
Wasn't that Johnny? Who was in the Benchwarmers? Right.
It was
Spade?
Schneider, Spade,
okay.
Swardston, John
Heater.
Heater.
I was thinking of The Ringer with Johnny Knoxville. That's the
Yeah.
one I was thinking. Okay.
That's a terrible movie.
Wow.
The ringer?
Yeah.
I loved it.
I like Johnny Knoxville. And
I like he played a character named
Yes.
Jeffy.
Yes.
I like Johnny Knoxville only in Walking Tall with The Rock.
Yeah.
Oh, but Johnny Knoxville was great in The Dukes of Hazzard.
He actually wasn't bad. Dukes of Hazzard was not a bad film.
It wasn't a
wasn't
good film,
great,
but
but it's
it wasn't as bad as
watchable.
I thought it was going to be.
I
Correct.
liked the ringer better.
Who was with Johnny Knoxville in that one?
Sean William Scott,
Okay.
And Jessica Simpson.
Yeah, I remember that.
directed by Jay Chandrasekhar, however you pronounce his
Yeah.
name.
Jackass the sequel wasn't as good as the original Jackass.
Yeah, I think they're doing another one.
Really? Because I thought they
They
both
are.
looked
Are they?
terrible.
They are because I just saw a.
Well, didn't they have three Jackasses?
Sorry.
Yeah, some of those
Sorry.
Oreos are on backwards.
What the fuck?
Is it on purpose?
Hold on, we're making chocolate marshmallow Oreos is our Oreo challenge. Go ahead.
They all.
The bottom. It's just the bottom is
No, just those three I pulled out.
No,
Yep.
this one here has a bad. I'm taking two.
Save them. They may be worth money.
I'm gonna put these on eBay right now.
Along with
Blake.
Kyle Rudolph's gloves.
Yeah. Oh, that's unbelievable.
I got some for Blake. I put them on the table for him.
Oh. Well, I have more now.
Okay, I'm going in. Okay, it is a chocolate cream. Mm-hmm. And the cookie is looks like the regular chocolate cookie with bits of marshmallow in it.
We already know what the flavor is, right?
It's chocolate marshmallow.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this is.
I didn't know if you were trying to guess.
No.
Like you were trying to, Jason was hiding the title from you.
Oh, no, he flat out told us what it was.
All right. So it's not caramel coconut.
It is
I'm
not.
skipping on that flavor.
You guys are insane.
Fuck coconut.
That's the one I'm looking forward to the
Me
most.
too. Coconut's
The
good.
marshmallow in the cookie is really chewy.
Okay. Chocolate marshmallow. see what it looks like on the inside. No, nothing major. Okay, just chocolate.
Good podcasting. We're chewing over our mics, so I hope everyone's enjoying this.
Those bits of marshmallow are really chewy.
It's not bad.
I'm kind of put off by that.
See, I haven't really had a chewy bit yet, but I had a marshmallowy taste, so not too bad.
It kind of tastes like a s'mores a little bit.
I was thinking it's kind of close to like they're going for a hot chocolate taste.
Yeah, that might do it. That might be good.
Not as good as the hot chocolate Hershey Kisses we had.
Little less than the Count Chocolate marshmallow.
More Lucky Charms
Monster cereal.
marshmallow, I think.
Yeah.
Not as Lucky Charms as the moon landing ones, though.
Yeah, but they are kind of a little chewy too.
That's not bad.
Okay.
I think they're a little disappointing.
I can smash these up, put them in vanilla ice cream. It's good.
They're a little disappointing, but
That's
nothing.
true. These would make a good cookie and cream ice cream.
I can do it.
My oldest son
I'm not
did.
disappointed at all in these.
I'm not disappointed, but I.
You just said you were disappointed.
Sorry. I should have said that. I was expecting a little bit more. I don't know what I was expecting, but a little bit different taste.
It's still an Oreo.
Right.
Yeah.
It's an Oreo.
It's again like sex. Even bad sex is good sex. Is sex.
Even when you're alone.
I can disprove that for you if you'd like.
Is that
I gotta go.
is that a promise or a threat?
Whichever way you want to take it.
How you doing? How you doing? Anyways, okay, so we had poll of the week this week on Bad Ideas Podcast on Twitter. Which film deserves the Oscar for Best Picture this year? We had 1917, Joker, The Irishman, and the intern fucked up on this one. He put Knives Out, and that was not nominated. But,
Did the poll come out before the nominations?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
so, intern, nice try.
Just because
Nice
it wasn't
try.
nominated doesn't mean it's not deserving.
Nice try. He did text me, and he did say it was either this or Ghostbusters, the female version,
That
because
wasn't
he
this past
loved
year.
it so much he thought it could get up for this year. So that's why. So we did Knives Out. In last place, 1917 with 19%.
Wow.
I think a lot of people haven't
It's
seen
'cause-
that.
yeah, that's what I was
think
gonna
it's the
say.
front runner, is from what I heard.
Is it?
Yeah.
After winning the Golden Globes and it's being released nationwide like this past week, so everyone's now seeing it, where these other ones have been out for months.
The Irishman and Knives Out tied at 23%, and Joker won with 35%.
I
So-
didn't think Joker was Best Picture worthy. But
You enjoyed it, though, right?
I enjoyed it, but yeah.
I thought depending on the year, it's Best Picture worthy. This
Of
year,
these four,
Of these four, I think that's the one I voted for.
I like Knives Out better than the Joker.
I really want to see
I
Knives
would
Out.
vote
haven't
for.
seen
I'd
it
put the
yet.
Joker ahead of Knives Out for Best Picture. Knives Out, I really enjoyed, and it was fun. But I mean, Joker just really had something that spoke.
Okay.
I thought.
Let's see here.
I voted for Uncut Gems.
No, did I get no nominations?
No.
No
Nothing.
nominations.
Nothing.
Nothing.
I haven't seen it.
I heard
The,
somebody saw it, they hated it.
I think they said
I heard
They
a
didn't
few
like it.
people really didn't like it.
they said Adam Sandler should have won or should have been nominated at least.
Yeah. Well, Sandler said if he doesn't win, he's going to make Grown Ups 3. So he's not even nominated. So Grown Ups 3,
Yeah.
I think
Here's
is.
the secret: he already was.
The I did like where Adam Sandler was like, well, I wasn't nominated, but I want to congratulate all my friends who were, and especially Mama.
Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates.
That was an incredible interaction between the two of them.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Let's see here. I think that's all we had. Blake, why don't you do some news of the? Or no, you do listener feedback. I don't even know what we do on the show anymore.
It's been so long. I also forgot. I watched Wayne's World and Wayne's World 2 back to back.
And
It was torturous.
they don't hold up.
Well, first of all, the pop culture references don't hold up, and especially like if
No
they go to
way.
Milwaukee, like they do the Laverne and Shirley thing. I mean, if you don't know who Laverne and Shirley
Correct.
is, it'd be,
Well, if you don't know who Laverne and Shirley is, then you should just not exist.
Like, if you don't know who Jim Morrison is, then you just probably
Shouldn't even watch
it.
the second one.
Yeah.
or-
He
exactly.
came back to WWE this week.
Jim Morrison?
Yeah.
John.
Oh, my bad. I always get them confused.
His brother John.
John.
He was great on Survivor.
He was.
It was
Jim
pretty-
Morrison?
John.
Oh.
John. It was pretty funny. My wife was like, "Why did you make me watch these back to back?" I said, "Because they were there."
It's either this or Oak Island, honey. Take your pick.
And speaking of that, I actually watched Rocky 4, then Creed 2 back to back, just
Ooh,
to
there
see.
you go. That's how it works.
And it was
yeah
awesome.
Do the Ivan Drago.
Yeah.
where he kills Creed.
Yeah,
man.
that they actually went together really well.
9
Skip
minutes.
all that shit in between. The shitty movies in between.
Yeah, 5.
That's right.
5 doesn't count.
4 doesn't count. 4 is shitty too.
No.
It is the shittiest of the Rocky
Hackney
movies.
intern's about ready to smack you.
Well, the intern has no taste. I thought we discovered that already.
Wow.
I'll be honest. You mock Rocky 4, you're going to be an intern, and Hackney's going to be the co-host now.
I really think Brian's going to turn into the Russian, and you're going to
Dragoff?
You're going to be Apollo Creed.
I must break you.
Just like, how do people like this movie?
Oh, it's bad, but it's
terrible.
awesome.
Yeah.
It is so awesomely bad. 9 minutes of a montages.
Maybe the best montage in all.
Which one?
It's not
Which
even.
one? The
There's
training
2.
one where he's in the.
Neither of them are as
training in
good
the
as the
snow
first
in the
Rocky
cabin.
montage.
No, him in
Or even the Rocky 3 montage is better.
I like
the
Rocky.
Rocky 4 montage when he's in the snow
In the
training.
barn.
In the
Yeah,
cabin,
the
in the barn.
And
The beard,
Drago
he's got
has
the
all the
beard.
computer.
He's running up
The
straight
highest
uphill.
tech.
Drago is just running straight uphill, and Rocky's just in a barn lifting a cart.
Yeah, we get it. Rocky's going back to the basics where Yvonne has all the comforts of modern technology.
I like how you called him Ivan. Everyone else calls him his last name. You're like, Ivan, come on over here.
And they're pretty close.
And
They
all
are.
and all that modern technology in Russia.
In 1980s.
Toilet paper.
I'm sure.
They got blue jeans the year before.
Oh, they got treadmills too, obviously.
Well, the Olympic athletes always had those. It's just the average people didn't.
So one of the trainers at the gym was having people doing some boxing exercises, and if you're not prepared or trained, boxing can wear you out really quickly. And so he was like having people doing these boxing, and then they would have to stop because they would just be gassed. And I said, every time it's like every time you make them finish, you just make them scream, "Cut me, Mickey!" And he looked at me, he's like, "Huh?" What? And my trainer's like, "Oh my God, we're so old." And I'm like, "I know." Because who was that? What movie are you talking about? I'm like, Rocky? You mean Creed? The guy from Creed? I'm like,
Oh
Jesus
my
Christ.
God.
I'm like, yeah.
I will say Creed is
The
amazing.
movie Americans think of when they think of boxing.
I told him, go check Rocky 1. Go check the original one because it's actually a decent movie.
The one that won the Academy Award for Best Picture.
Yeah. That's the one.
Rocky 3?
You know.
No.
Thunderlips was up for Best Supporting
I mean,
Actor.
Rocky's a better boxing movie than Raging Bull because it won the Academy Award for Best Picture.
How was Creed 2?
I loved it.
Really? I love the first Creed. I have not seen Creed 2 yet.
I suppose it depends on how much you like Rocky 4.
No, it's Michael B. Jordan. You could bounce Oreos off that ab. Those abs. God. Anyways,
Why would you throw your Oreos?
he's that damn good, I would. What you got over there, Blake?
Thank you. Bomb listener feedback sponsored this week by Juliana Huff. She's back on the market. I don't have a 5 list, but if I did have a 5 list, she'd be on the 5
is?
list.
This is the Dancing with the Stars, Juliana
Yeah.
Huff.
She
She was married to somebody
She likes both men and women.
at the same time.
Yeah.
All right.
She's come out and said it. So good for you.
Yeah,
So, okay.
Does she like me?
No.
she could. She could be one of those people that get turned on by
Dad
people with
bods?
intelligence.
She's too old for you, Jim.
Well, never mind.
Huh?
What do they call those? What do they call those sexual people that the sex drive based upon somebody's intelligence or the brain? What's that called?
Sex.
Nerd
No.
lovers?
No, nerd
Sexy
lovers.
people.
No,
Geek chasers.
no. It's like one of those
Brain
crazy, It's
vaginas?
like one of those crazy like binary, non-binary, non-digital things. I don't know
Binary
what the hell
sex?
it's called.
Sex binaries.
Nerdophilia.
Smart sexual?
No.
Intelligent sex.
Yeah, there's an actual term for it.
Sex intelligence.
No.
Oh.
I mean,
Sexy intelligence? Am I getting close?
I don't know.
Intelligence
I'm trying
sex.
to find time for Jeff to look it up. What's the term? People turned on by intelligence.
People turned on by sex? That's everyone.
Well,
No, some people aren't. They're
Oh.
asexual.
No, okay.
Yeah, well, it's something like that. It's not like
Pansexual?
asexual. It's not like bisexual or
Uh-huh.
trisexual. It's
Commodore
kinda like
sexual?
Quad sexual?
Cisexual, super cisexual,
Sex-
cissupersexual.
Octuplet
Are you looking this
sexual?
up, Jeff? Or what are you doing?
Sci-fi sexual.
All right, hurry up.
Sci-fi sexual.
I'm on a cliff here. I'm flying solo.
You are free solo
I am
right now.
free soloing
Can
right
you do the
now.
first question?
And I'm like gripping.
Can you do the first question? Let's
I'm
go.
gripping with my toes, my fingertips, and my penis.
Sapiosexual.
Thank you.
Oh, we were so close. Samsonite.
Sapiosexual.
Samsonite.
Yes.
So close.
Sapiosexuals are aroused by intelligence.
I thought it was
Yeah.
sapiosexual.
Okay,
That's why I didn't.
Julian Huff.
It
If
could
you're
be
a
sapio, I don't know.
sapiosexual, look
I
me
don't
up.
know where if it's a long A or a short A.
Like Sappho.
I'm not smart enough to know.
So none of us are going to be attracted by these people.
Hey, speak for yourself, man.
Oh, yeah, because you got it. You know the thing that people like about sex?
I do. I'm good.
Yeah, I just don't know.
Thanks, Jim. Anyways, go
I
ahead.
can understand though being turned on by intelligence.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm turned
Check
on
out-
by myself.
I don't see any intelligence
Check
in
out
this
the
room.
huge
but-
brain on brand.
Brett.
Anyways, can we get to the questions?
Anyways, yeah.
When we don't do listener feedback, we get people ranting against us.
So, yeah, let's 365 bitch about all the time. Our first listener,
Number one fan.
Can you give yourself a nickname?
formerly known as
Ape Hands?
7.
Doug.
Dad?
Dad. What? Did we just have a soap opera moment?
You weren't here.
You weren't here.
No.
Anyway.
All right. Anyways, from Doug, The Last Jedi and Batman and Robin are both on. Which is worse?
The fact that he asked this question means he is no longer number one fan.
He might move to 9. That's a rough one.
He's down on the list now. 7. I mean, he'll be lucky to stay at 7.
Everybody knows Batman and Robin is awesome.
No.
So Last Jedi is better. Thank you. Batman is worse. Batman and Robin. Hell, Batman, the 1989 film, is worse than Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Last Jedi's
I
amazing.
mean, most.
No.
I'm trying to think outside of the Dark Knight. I don't think any of the other Batman movies I would say have a chance to compete with the Last Jedi.
Intern Hackney, you've seen none. So which do you think is worse?
No, I'd say Batman, first Batman, Michael Keaton, Batman 1 is better than The Last Jedi.
No, not even close.
And
No.
Batman 2 with Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh, God.
Better
Now
than
Michelle
The Last
Pfeiffer is
Jedi.
great, but those movies are tough to watch these days.
I will
They do
have-
not hold up.
I do have a confession. I did see The Last Jedi on TV, and I did start watching it. And there were some funny moments in it, and there was some good stuff, other than the fact that there's a lot of things I couldn't get past.
Really? You never talked about Last Jedi before. Intern Hackney, you're an expert.
But I'd watch Batman and Robin.
You're not Intern Hackney.
There's nipples on that suit.
No,
Intern Hackney, which one is worse?
Just because I've never seen it, I'm going to say The Last Jedi. I mean, I've
Do yourself a favor. Don't even watch 7,
Oh,
8,
dear
9.
God, here we go.
Don't even watch
I've never
7, 8,
seen
9.
I've never
any.
seen
So
a
why would you
single
start
Star
with
Wars
7, 8,
anything.
9?
You should definitely start with The Last Jedi. You'll be fine.
Leave them off.
You know,
Just
honestly,
leave 7,
watch,
8, 9 off.
I'm not going to watch any of them
you should
ever.
watch The Last Jedi because it's like a good standalone movie, and you don't need to watch any of the others,
Oh my goodness.
and you can enjoy it.
I don't think I'm going to do that.
Batman and Robin is by far worse. It's even if you don't like the Last Jedi, Batman and Robin was no redeeming qualities in them. I don't care what you say about the nipples on the suit.
Oh,
There's
that's
That
zero-
wasn't a redeeming
There's
quality.
zero redeeming qualities to that film.
So,
You know, I'm waiting for the good parts of The Last Jedi to come out. I mean, you could actually take The Last Jedi.
They did.
cut out
They
the
came out
bad
in
parts,
the movie called The Last Jedi.
Cut out the bad parts, and then string something together would be halfway.
anybody got a
decent.
shiv? Yeah, shiv. Intern Hackney, why have you not seen any Star Wars? Do you just not care about sci-fi?
I just
Star Wars isn't sci-fi.
Shut up.
He doesn't want to be brought into this argument.
Would you let him answer?
It's historical fiction.
I never. it never interested me when I was growing up, and
Okay.
none of my friends were into it. It was so I just never got into it, and we're so far into it now that
You can't be pot committed. You can't get in. I give you that.
plus the like every year, like on May 4th, all the people that May the 4th be with you, like those people. Like
I mean, I hate those assholes that do that on like a podcast Facebook page.
I can't do that. Like I can't deal with it.
Are you talking about Braden John?
Yes,
Do you
specifically.
watch Lord of the Rings?
I have not.
Okay. I'm just asking what you're.
No.
He's too busy watching Rocky 4.
Yes.
He has watched.
You know
he
what?
has seen Cobra and Tango and Cash.
Yes.
I've seen those. You know what, Hackney? I would rather watch Rocky 4 in a
Lord of the
marathon
Rings
than Lord of
and
the
on
Rings.
the
So I'm with
pure.
you.
Yeah. That was another.
I would
Another
even
one
I watch Rocky 5 instead of Lord of the Rings.
Wow.
Man.
It's shorter.
I'll watch Rocky 5 over Rocky 4.
Rocky 5 shorter.
How can?
That's how bad Rocky 4 is.
Jeff, come on.
I might
man.
watch Batman and Robin over Rocky 5.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
there's no redeeming quality in Rocky 5, and I'd rather watch it than Rocky 4.
Does Batman and Robin have Alicia Silverstone in it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I would watch that
Batgirl.
above Rocky 5 then.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. As far as I'm concerned, Rocky 5 isn't even in the.
is his wife dead in that one?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
Yes.
So, let's see here.
No, she's not.
No.
She's dead in the
Oh,
next
she's
one.
dead in Rocky Balboa.
Rocky
Rocky
Balboa.
Balboa. Which is a good film.
It's very good.
Except the other fighter.
Mason
Mason
the
Dixon.
Line Dixon.
Yes, that's a horror. Like,
Who is that?
how did you actually name him, the character that?
Who is that?
Some guy.
What boxer is that?
Was it a real boxer?
Yeah. I'll look it up. I'll look it up. Go ahead, Blake. Keep going.
Well, he's better than Tommy Morrison.
Tommy the Machine Gun.
Moment.
No.
Breath of silence. Okay, keep going.
Next one from Nisi. The 3 new Oreo flavors are coming: caramel coconut, chocolate marshmallow, and tiramisu. And Tyler too. What are you most looking forward to?
Well, we had chocolate marshmallow just 15 minutes ago.
I am most looking forward to the tiramisu because I've had the other two.
I am most looking forward to caramel coconut because I like coconut.
I was
And The
most
Last
looking forward
Jedi.
to chocolate marshmallow, but now, and I don't like coconut, but I'm intrigued by caramel coconut.
Yeah, me too.
Caramel.
Yeah, caramel.
There's
Caramel.
an A in it.
You could say
2 A's
caramel.
in it, too.
What are you looking forward to, Blake?
Carmel is a city that in California that
And
Clint
Ohio.
Eastwood was a mayor
Or
of.
Indiana.
Indiana.
Tiramisu.
Tiramisu. Okay. What else we got?
Kevin at Cincy Explorer. Thoughts on most popular Netflix shows by state.
He gave us a map that came out this week.
So for our listeners
no.
playing along at home, Google most popular Netflix show.
We don't have to go through all of them, obviously, but go
I'm
ahead.
curious, like if this was just like out of, like if they gave people a choice, because there's only 5 shows on this.
I think these are the ones that are most watched according to Netflix by the people in that
By state. And I don't understand how Ohio is the Haunting of Hill House.
because I've never seen it.
I've seen
It's
it.
popular.
I mean, it's popular.
Very popular.
It's
Me-
popular, but I haven't seen it.
The Umbrella Academy is on there a lot. Black Mirror.
Black Mirror on the coast, New
Orange
York
is the
and
New Black.
California.
Orange is the New Black.
Orange is the New Black.
Except you have one state that has our planet. South Dakota.
2. And Maryland.
Dead
Oh,
to
okay.
Me. Wisconsin's got, or
Dead-
wait, is that Minnesota?
Minnesota's
got
Dead to
Dead to
Me.
Me.
Is that the new one?
And Dead to Me is also
I think that's the new one that her husband dies. I think.
New Hampshire.
Is that with
Applegate.
Christine Applegate
Applegate
and Velma.
When They See Us is popular in the South, in Louisiana,
What is her name?
Mississippi, and Georgia.
And Delaware. Actually, that might be.
Linda Cardinelli.
Yes.
Let's see here.
I can never remember if it's Cardinelli or Cardellini, and I always screw it up.
Alaska is excited about Black Mirror, which is fine because they have a lot of odd people in Alaska.
Black Mirror.
Unbelievable.
California is also Black Mirror.
In New York.
And New York, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
And
you know.
Massachusetts.
Orange is the New
So
Black is
Black Mirror seems to be a very liberal state type.
Orange is the New Black is popular in Kentucky.
And D.C.
Every place around Ohio.
And Indiana and Michigan
Oh, yeah.
and Pennsylvania and
West
West
Virginia.
Yeah, like we're completely surrounded by oranges and
We are.
And we've got the
and
haunting of Hill
Colorado.
House.
I like seeing the more desolate states like North Dakota, Haunting of Hill House, South Dakota, Our Planet.
Washington's unbelievable.
What was
It is an unbelievable
What was
state.
unbelievable? I can't remember.
It's unbelievable. It's an EMF
EMF.
song over and over and over
I
again.
watched a preview for it just when it came up on Netflix, but I'm like, no.
it's
Well, anyway.
Ooh,
We'll look that up.
Louisiana has When They See Us.
Yeah, I said that. And Mississippi.
It was
and
actually
Georgia.
really
to you.
good.
When they see us, I heard that was.
It was really well done.
Intern Hackney, I need you to give me a dollar number between 0 and 500.
69.
Thank you. There you go.
That's Gronk's favorite number.
Okay, and what else you got, Blake?
I'm waiting for the.
No, go ahead. That's
I'm
later.
waiting to
Don't
find
worry.
out what Unbelievable's about here from the intern.
We'll talk about when we get it.
Jason sidetracked me. Sorry.
What else we got?
Corrections from Doug. Amanda Bynes was in Big Fat Liar, and just one of the boys, wasn't she? And not Agent Cody Banks.
Yes, we were wrong.
We were wrong about that one. I apologize.
I don't apologize. I was wrong.
Oh,
I'm not sorry about being wrong. It happens once a year.
my input for tattoos. If you want to, I guess the acceptable tattoo is based upon what your aspirations in life are, right?
So I should get an Oreo tattoo?
Sure. No, just sit there and think about it. Don't you think it's also driven by class and monetary and profession, white collar, blue collar?
I would think so.
So if you wanted like something on Wall Street, you don't want like a big money dollar sign tattoo on your cheek or
yeah,
face.
you don't want a face tattoo
No.
if you're going to be white collar business. You're right.
Correct. But if that's where your crowd rolls, then it's all perfectly acceptable.
You ready for Unbelievable now?
Yeah.
But anyhow.
What is it? I'm trying to kill time here. Yes.
The
What is it?
unbelievable is after a young woman is accused of lying about a rape, two female detectives investigate a spate of eerily similar attacks, and it is inspired by true events.
It's in different states too. I think that they find
Yeah.
out.
So
See, that's how you get away with it. You commit crimes in different
That's what
states.
they got. That's what the person did. Is that he did different jurisdictions back in? I think it was 80s or 90s.
I think it was 90s.
90s.
Yeah.
He did different jurisdictions. And I
Probably,
think-
yeah, probably 90s because they didn't care about rape in the 80s.
Stop it.
it was Washington and Colorado.
Okay. I think he got.
Oh, those are the first two states to legalize recreational marijuana.
Oh, is that what caused it?
I think that might be what caused
Which makes
it.
sense why that's the most watched in Washington.
Yeah.
And Colorado.
And
oh, no, it was Wyoming.
Yep.
Which is right next to the border.
Yeah.
Pre John Hughes movie or post John Hughes movie?
I know why I don't want to watch it because I'm like, oh, that just kind of looks depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that you mentioned it, I was like, oh, I did see that trailer.
Yeah, I could maybe watch a movie of that subject that's depressing, but not an entire show for like
It's
10
a
hours.
miniseries. Yeah.
Yeah.
Blake, what else we got?
Besotted Geek. Jeff, are you still excited for New Mutants?
Yes, I am.
I actually like that preview.
The preview looks good. I'm excited because they said it's the director's original vision. They didn't show. They didn't do the reshoots to try to force it into the X-Men universe that Fox had already established, and so it's a standalone that doesn't have to fit into another.
It's a standalone. It's going to be a horror film.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they're hoping this goes away real quick.
I think they want to make money off of it.
Well, I think so.
If they
but
wanted to go away, they would have just boxed it up and never
put it on
released
Hulu.
it.
That was the original rumor. So, what else we got? I'll get this
Oh, yeah.
because you're chewing. From Tony of Salty Language, what video game would you like to wake up in? Which one would you be the worst to wake up in? Response from Big Dev. Best case scenario for him is The Sims. Worst case scenario, any Call of Duty game. Hope, Dirt 1 or Dirt 2 is his hope. So there you go.
I would like to wake up in Leisure Suit Larry.
That was what I was going to say.
Okay. Okay.
With all the loose women's.
Yes.
Okay. Back in the 80s.
Leisure Suit Larry goes to college.
Oh, college age women's.
Okay. What about you, Hackney?
I said The Legend of Zelda.
You would like to be in or
Yeah,
not?
I'd like to.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'd get
In
lost.
Hyrule.
Yeah.
I would get so lost in that game.
I would have an issue with it just because there's no like running water or electric, so that's an issue with showers.
But you just again, you have your own fire. You just create you get a candle,
Right.
And you create fire.
I'm playing a Link to the Past on the Switch now because they have the Super Nintendo download you can get for free, and they have Link to the Past. Man, I forgot how difficult that game was.
It was very, very hard.
I was like, oh, this is easy. What else? What's the worst? Intern?
I said Paperboy. Just because that kid is constantly riding his bike in my yard, breaking my window with the newspaper.
And he wants his $2.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good one. I like that one. Jeff?
I think Pitfall would be a terrible one to wake up in.
It never ends.
It never ends. You got alligators and scorpions trying to kill you. And even if you do get the gold, you can't do anything with it because all you're doing is side-scrolling forever.
Okay.
I'd say House of the Dead.
The worst one? That's a
Yeah.
good one.
That'd be a terrible movie to wake up into, too.
I was going to say, my pick was Resident Evil. So either one of those would work, too. What about you, Blake?
Well, I was thinking you guys brought up some good Leisure Suit Larry ones. You know, The Sims could be pretty bad, too, because remember, you're not really controlling yourself in The Sims. Somebody's controlling you.
And it's like daily life.
Yeah, you need
yeah,
like
you'd have no free will in that game.
It was
you need God to give you access to the bathroom, or you'll wet yourself.
and you eventually die.
And then people will be putting you in weird situations.
They'll put you in the swimming pool and then take away the ladder so you can't get out.
I would say, like, I'm a...
Not that I ever did that.
When we were all working together, I had The Sims, and I created a game where I created almost everybody we worked with.
I did that.
And I eventually just had a big graveyard in the back.
I ended up putting someone in a picket fence trap. They ended up
I
starving
remember
to
who
death.
you did
Yes,
that
I did.
What was it?
No, never mind. Moving on.
But not a good. But yeah, basically anything where I can save and reboot.
I would say like my favorite because I'm a Western is
So I
like
don't wanna
Red Dead
die.
Redemption 2, but that could be the worst.
Oh no, Old West, especially an Old West where they shoot more guns than the real Old West.
Yeah.
No, I'll pass.
But I could be like out in the woods. I started playing that game
And
again.
then get shot. When you're out in the woods, it's easier for someone to shoot you and no one find you.
Okay, up in the mountains. Unfortunately, a bobcat killed me, so I think that might not be good.
Oregon Trail would be bad.
Yeah, you would die of dysentery.
Depends what
half the
city
time.
you're starting from.
I think any of the Mario worlds would be pretty horrible to be stuck in.
You just got bullets flying around all over.
Giant bullets
And bullet bills.
and turtles. Fuck the turtles. Yeah. That's
So happy together.
no. Anyway. So thanks, Tony, for that.
That was a good question.
That was a good question. That was good. What else?
Cinema guys,
Brad. Justin.
what month this year do you anticipate they will release the Snyder Cut of Justice League?
They won't.
2029.
If they release it this year, I predict September.
Why?
Because it's a shitty month for movies and...
It's a shitty film, so.
Yeah.
It's not happening. We do have something from Professor...
But the next question is, when will they release the Abrams cut of...
oh, my God.
of Rise of Skywalker?
I don't care.
Because I think I read that Disney is going to do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, than that, maybe they shouldn't have got it and fucked it up.
Well, see, this way they release it again, and they
more
make a
money.
lot more money because everyone goes back to the theater to watch it.
Does it count as the same film?
Yes.
Because same title?
I think it does.
Does
I
it?
don't go back and watch it then.
I don't care. Like, I saw it. It was fine. Like, it was Star Wars. I don't need a fucking 87 different versions of this cut. You know? Okay, Abrams didn't get his vision. Tough shit. You got paid. Who cares? I mean, I get artistic integrity.
Yeah,
and all
but
that.
apparently you don't get artistic integrity if you're yelling at someone who wants his artistic integrity to matter, and then you yell, "Who gives a fuck? You got paid."
Part of me is, though, like, Disney does this. This is what they do.
Oh yeah.
So if you agree to it, you have to understand that's probably going to happen.
I'm going to just blame Kathleen Kennedy for all three.
Is she worse than Amy Pascal?
I don't know, but honestly, if you're going to do three, you might as well at least keep the same director for all three. You can use different writers, but they all have to be in alignment. I mean, there's the whole.
You know what
That's the whole problem with 7, 8, 9 is that it's so disjointed. The storylines. I mean, it's
the original trilogy had
and
different
Palpatine,
writing staffs
Palpatine fucks,
and
by
different
the way.
directors. Oh yeah,
That's the best meme that's come out of it. The best thing is Return of Rise of Skywalker is this guy fucks, and this got the picture of the Emperor.
Does he shoot lightning when he comes?
I don't know.
the original trilogy had 3 different directors and 3 different groups of writers for each movie. The prequels had 1 director, 1 writer. You tell me which is the better way to go.
I say you have to have it in alignment. You have to have a plan that's coherent through all 3 movies. You got your beginning, you got your middle, and you got the end game. And like, what are you going for in the end game?
You know,
and then that's part of the reasons why 7, 8, 9 are so disjointed because it gets messed up. It starts off a little weird. It gets
Like
messed
1,
up,
like
and
3,
then
4, and
9
5.
comes in like
Or 4, 5, and
disjointed
6.
too.
You know, the issue is that Disney listened to the fans too much.
That's
And by
the
fans,
problem.
I mean people that live in the basement bitching about every fucking little thing. I don't think he, as an alien, would be peeing out of that corner of his, leg.
That's pretty much anyone on the internet, though.
It's true.
No, but what I think is like I don't have a problem if they wanted to do that way, but they shouldn't have done the first movie with 1 director, give it to the second director, then go back to the first director, who had to try to steer it back towards the vision he did the first movie in when the direction already changed. So if they got a third different person to direct it, I think it would have worked out better than
Maybe.
Abrams trying to force Johnson's movie into his story.
They should have gotten Zack Snyder to do it.
Yes, exactly.
Let's go.
But think about it. When you're doing 4, 5, and 6, you really weren't thinking that you're going to have a trilogy. Seriously, I mean,
Correct.
He
You're
had
right,
his thing made
but-
out, supposedly, but you don't know if you're going to get that second movie or third movie. This one is it's obvious. Disney pumped $2 billion into this thing. You know they're going to milk it for every penny it's worth, and no matter who you try to please, you're going to piss the half people off. Half people are going to be pissed and say it sucks. The other half say it's good. And then there's more reason why I'm liking Rogue One much more better is because you don't mess with the canon. You don't mess with characters that people grow up, breathing their every minute life of thinking and dying on. It's basically completely new characters, no Skywalker stuff, and
We talked about it last week.
They leave the canon out. Yeah, I know. I listened to you.
No. Last week,
But yeah.
Skywalker family is just as toxic as the Kennedy family.
Just pretty, yeah,
just
pretty
as
much.
toxic.
And the Palpatine family.
Yeah,
because that guy.
because he fucks.
But you think about
And
it.
the family that shall not be named on this podcast.
Yeah,
that
Yeah,
pops up too.
yeah. But you think about it, that's probably the reason why I'm liking Rogue One more and more is because it doesn't mess with any canon of any of the families, any of the main storylines.
And they all die.
It's a little standalone. Yeah, and there's no continuation with it. But now they're talking about going back and doing the
Well, they're doing a
casting.
prequel, but that's
And that's why The Mandalorian is really good, too.
Exactly, same thing.
Alan
You
Tudyk
bring
said
in-
today that he was really excited that he's going back to Star Wars because he's in the prequels.
Yeah,
The prequel with Cassian.
Yeah.
as
Doing
a
the
robot.
Cassian Andor,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the thing that, I think that's the whole thing. You bring in the Mandalorian, you're bringing in things that you like, things that you know, but you're not rehashing Han Solo. There's no Guido. There's no Palpatine. There's no other kind of stuff. It's all standalone.
Let's have the final word on this. Intern Hackney, you are the expert. Tell us what you think.
About what?
Star Wars.
What is that?
Good job. Okay. Good man. So we have a new question from Dr. Number One.
We don't like this one?
Jeff, you were going to say something?
Oh, sorry, Jeff. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, but they did force in the Walrus Man and what's his name from the first movie.
From the
into
Mos
Rogue
Eisley.
One.
Yeah. That was funny, though. Okay, so here we go.
But you know what? They are the Rosencrantz and Guildenstern of the entire. And as we've talked about on the show, they should have their own trilogy movie.
Yes.
The best part is that you see the fucking assholes online. I don't know if they could have gone from that planet to Mos Eisley in time and Tatooine. I don't know if they could have done it.
I call it Mos Eisley.
My bad. Anyways, Dr. Number One, he says, I want to hear you guys roleplay the royal family about the Harry and Meghan fiasco. Harry and Meghan decide to step away, not suck off the government
royal
teat.
Yeah.
You could call it boardroom, he said. No. No. He wants these He wants us to role play now. The queen met with them and gave her blessing. Fuck her. Here we go. Jim, you're Harry. Okay. I'm Megan.
Harry.
Oh, we're married.
Hey, baby.
Hey. Hobie Pod, who's that?
That's me.
Oh, okay.
You don't even know my
No.
Twitter handle.
That you're William.
Of course I am. I'm going
Blake,
to
you're Kate.
Ooh, we're married. Yeah.
And
I'm the
intern is Queen.
Awesome.
You kind of look like her.
I do.
You're very royal.
If your beard grew out more, you'd look more like it.
And it's not white enough either.
Yeah.
And if you were an asshole, that could have helped too. A
Yeah.
complete asshole.
So we're gonna do our own version of The Crown.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay,
You know
so
what?
here we go.
My wife's been watching.
Grandma, I have some news I want to say.
Wait a minute, hold on, Blake. What?
So my wife's been watching The Crown.
Yeah.
And I've been torturing her because I keep telling her, I know how this ends. Let me tell you how this ends.
Okay, here we
She's
go.
still alive.
Is she though? I think she's a zombie. Okay, here we go. Let's get in.
When they
let's
brought
get
in
roll.
Diana, I said, oh, you're not going to like her ending.
Grandma, Megan and I have some news for you.
I do. Oh, Queen, how are you?
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Wait, you're supposed to be the American in the bun?
I'm Megan. How are you, Queen?
Oh, yeah. That's a perfect dead-on impersonation.
Who are you?
I'm Megan. I'm Harry's lover and
Wife?
Am I dead?
Harry, please tell her what we want to do. Please tell the cheeky cunt. Tell her what we want to do. I'm Megan.
Down the hall.
You just called my grandmother a cunt.
But it's the British version. It means good. Cheeky means good.
But cunt doesn't.
You just called my grandmother a cunt.
No, it's the British version.
Yeah, well, it's my grandmother too, and my grandmother was.
Stop it. So tell her the news.
Harry, do I have to listen to this low-class American scumbag bitch?
Oh, Harry, or what's your name?
You're a low class British scumbag. You're not born into royalty like me and Harry.
Oh, shut it, Kate. You're such a bitch. I'm Megan.
Hold on a second.
I'm William.
You can't even
Blake is.
You can't even tell my brother from my sister-in-law, and you called my grandmother a cunt.
I want you all out of my palace.
Well, that's what I'm going to tell you.
I don't care. Get out.
I am taking this American. She's rather hot, though.
I'm Canadian.
Finally, I get to hoard all the press.
We're going to Canada. We're not going to live off the royal money anymore. We're going to start have our own lives.
Well, hold on.
And we're going ahead and make the best poutine.
Go live off that tire money.
Shut up, you bitch.
Whore.
Hold on. Harry, am I married to Harry?
Yes, you're married to Harry.
Harry.
Somebody hit the sauce
Take your
today.
Take your game show whore. Tell her what's behind case number 12.
Queen.
Oh, it's 2 tickets to Canada. Whore.
Queen.
Thanks, Dr. Number One. You are to blame for this.
Queen, we don't want any government money. On a side note, I have a great investment. It's called Primerica. I need $10 million, and I can give you anything you need. I will make you richer than you even know.
Are you going to be the game show host for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
You know what? What's that old boot, bitch?
Go turn some letters.
I'm Megan. How are you doing over there, William? You sit in the corner like Krampus and not say a word.
Now I
I'm
know
going
why
to be
you're...
king someday, so
Oh,
I don't
really?
care.
Now
Yeah,
I know
Prince
why
Charles.
your brother's
Prince
bald.
Charles thought the same thing. How'd that turn out?
Yeah,
I'm
he'll
Megan.
be dead before Grandma here, so...
Wait, I'm alive.
She's more annoying than a Liverpudlian soccer football club.
On a
fan.
side note, why is the Queen looking like Palpatine? Does she fuck?
You bet your ass I do.
She had to.
Oh,
Unfortunately, it's her cousin.
allegedly. I'm Megan. So Harry, don't take that shit. Tell her we're leaving.
She's leaving.
No, Harry, I think you should go with her.
You won't say that, Will.
I would, because you guys are in love.
We are. That's
I
what
don't know
they
if I'm in love anymore.
And I'd rather you not
You did
be
sign
around
the prenup,
to,
right?
to get into
Yes,
my
there's a
inheritance.
So anyways, Harry and I, we're going to
to Saskatoon. It's beautiful up there at this time of the year. It's -7.
No, we're not going to Saskatoon.
Thunder Bay? Where are we going?
We're going to go to Thunder Bay to hang out with
The-
Goldie Goldthorpe.
Okay.
Bring in my royal scepter.
Shut up, you bitch! Anyways, so Queen, that's what we had to tell you.
Great. Get the fuck out.
She's a cheeky cunt.
Do we have your blessing?
Yes.
See, I think that was the issue.
Don't let the portcullis hit you on the ass. On the
Oh,
way
shut up, you
out.
bitch!
And end scene. See, I think that was the problem. The royal family should have brought me to the meeting, and they would have had no issues whatsoever.
I am really angry at Dr. Number One right now
Yeah.
because that was terrible.
That was awesome.
Of all of the impressions, that one right there.
I mean, no one else was able to get a word in edgewise. I give Blake credit for attempting.
Yeah. And
I'm sorry, let's do scene 2.
Okay.
No.
No.
5 years later.
5 years later, I'm back in England.
Welcome home, son.
I'm now single.
That's your grandson.
No, he's playing Prince Charles now.
Oh.
Yeah, yes.
King Charles, maybe?
No.
No.
King William.
How you doing, King William?
he's
So
You're not allowed in the country anymore.
So
he's the king father if they have the queen mother.
remember when I called your wife a bitch? I didn't mean that.
Yeah, execute her.
Get advice from Oprah.
I'm Canadian. You can't execute me.
Allegedly.
You're not allowed in the country.
You're apparently, if you're standing on this sovereign soil, you are in our country. So
Where's a
we're
drunk
killing
limo
you.
driver when we need one?
Hey, come on, that's my mother.
Mom.
Mom was the only good part about this crazy family. Sorry, Granny.
No, he's not William.
Oh, no, I'm William.
He's now Charles.
Maybe he can be George.
He can be Edward.
The son?
Yes.
He can be Edward.
Oh, there's 14-year-old girl. You better.
As long as I'm anybody
Well, that was
other
Andrew,
than
wasn't
it? He's
anybody
Andrew.
other than the paparazzi.
He's Andrew. He's going to Epstein's Island.
Allegedly.
No, he's just going to go to that one restaurant where he was when whatever allegedly occurred.
Allegedly.
Speaking of Epstein, I've DVR'd the 2020. Did you see that ABC did like a
No, I
I saw
didn't
they
see
did
that
one, but I didn't see
it's
it.
like a 2-hour, I guess, kind of documentary about him, and I haven't brought myself to watch it yet, but
I'm sure he acted alone.
oh yeah,
I'm sure it wasn't suspicious at all.
No, and the fact that they lost all the camera footage of his cell at the exact moment when he killed himself is not suspicious at all.
In all honesty, though, every cell that had a guy named Epstein in it did not have cameras working that night. So,
All the other Epstein.
all the other Epstein, so that's fine.
Juan Epstein?
Yeah, Juan.
Okay.
You know, I really wish, like, they put the same effort into solving that crime mystery as they did into impeachment.
I'm just saying, get the people that did Don't Fuck with Cats on it, and they'll figure it out in a second.
Well, the name of that last segment was called Role Play.
Ooh.
And we will never do it again.
We'll do it just as long as we do Boardroom.
We do have a new segment this week, because we talked about it last week. It's called Cameo. Cameo.
Oh.
Who do you want? Cameo.
Okay, no. You are not allowed to do theme songs.
Your name is not Dr. Bednar.
Or El Heno.
Okay. So, you said $69. And there's only two people.
nice.
Two people at $69?
Yes, now I gotta find them again. Let's see here. Talk amongst yourselves.
One is Gronk.
Probably.
It was not.
Hey, I'm Rob Gronkowski.
It was not. I was actually kind of
Yeah, your friend just paid me $69 to give you this little update.
Don't eat Tide Pods.
Okay, let's see here.
And look, Oreos.
You got Chip Chipperson. He's the host of the Chip Chipperson podcast. So think about that.
I'm assuming he's somewhat famous before doing this, because how the hell is a podcast person getting $69 a cameo?
How much are we on there for yet?
1,800. And actor Dylan Playfair from Letterkenny and The Descendants. So which one?
I'll pick the Letterkenny guy, even though I've never actually seen Letterkenny.
Okay. Intern?
Well, there's also a YouTube comedian,
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry.
Scotty Sire.
Have I heard of him?
Here's in Sky doesn't know.
I heard Scotty doesn't know.
I'll just go with the Letterkenny guy because I've heard of that.
I'll go with him.
Sure.
Yep, Jim?
He's looking up Chip Chipperson.
Okay, so he's going Chip Chipperson.
No, I'm going the Letterkenny guy because Chip Chipperson. No.
I mean, just based on the picture on Cameo, he looks like a douche. So
We're judging that book by its
Okay,
cover.
so we'll do one more, $75. Brock Osweiler or Rafael Palmeiro?
Rafael Palmeiro.
Osweiler.
Palmeiro.
Palmero.
That's only if he remembers to speak English.
Down the hall. Get out.
I don't want anybody who won a Gold Glove for playing less than 10 games at a position,
That's why I wanted him. I wanted him to explain
Ooh.
it to me.
and somebody
So-
who absolutely lied about steroids.
Allegedly.
But
Oh, wait.
that's-
He lied under. He should
Yeah.
actually be in prison.
He didn't lie.
He lied under oath.
He just forgot how to speak English.
No, that was Sosa's.
Oh, there's Palmero too.
Okay.
Palmeiro
can-
doesn't even have a Hispanic accent.
Hold
Can't
on.
remember.
What's the intern got? We got?
So you can type in on here. I just found this out. If you do the minimum maximum at $69, you can go to each category, and it'll give you people in different categories.
Oh.
Like athletes and actors and comedians, all that kind of stuff.
Oh.
Podcasters.
Just look at that. The intern is telling us how to do this new segment.
Good job. Good job.
So for actors, we can get Terry Cahill, Joanna Cassidy,
Okay.
Oh, I heard of her.
Robert Hoffman,
Okay.
and Brandy Roderick.
Oh no, not Brandy Roderick.
Well, the picture is with her hugging Trump.
Brandy
Robert
Roderick. She
Robert Hoffman.
Is,
Hoffman is the lesser-known sibling of Dustin Hoffman.
Really?
Yeah.
No, he's making that up.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
If
Felicity
at best
Huffman.
it's a son, or maybe even grandson, because he looked like a young guy.
Well, let's all agree we're never doing this segment again. Moving on.
Trying to remember where I know Joanna Cassidy from.
Cassidy Brothers.
Yeah, no.
So for athletes, there are two, Mojo Rawley
Oh, God.
and Enzo Amore.
Enzo.
I'll take Mojo.
Take Enzo.
Take Mojo.
Enzo,
I
a
don't know
soccer player?
Mojo.
No,
No, the
He's
wrestler.
Gronk's fan.
Oh.
Friend. Gronk's
Who?
friend.
I would take
Mojo.
Enzo just because, I mean,
Just to see him rant.
he
You would
did,
probably get your money's worth.
he did have legit mic skills. So
There you go. Get your money's worth. Go Enzo.
Okay.
I want a young Joanna Cassidy.
What was
I don't
he
think
in?
you.
Blade Runner.
She's the daughter of Sean Cassidy.
No.
That do run.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. Under Fire. Ghost of Mars. The Fourth Protocol. The Package. Club Paradise. Vampire in Brooklyn. Bank Shot. Chain Reaction. Carjacked. Stay Hungry. Invitation to Hell. Larry the Cable Guy movie. The Cursed Medallion. The Grudge 2. Dangerous Beauty. Night Games. The Reading Room. The Second Civil War. The Outfit. Where the Heart Is. Stunts. The Human Contract. The Children of Times Square. Barbarians at the Gates. The Late Show. The Virgin of Juarez, All American Murder, The Right Temptation, The Laughing Policeman, Visions, Wheels of Terror, The American Standards, Kiss the Bride, Our Winning Season, Witches of the Caribbean, Heaven's Door, The Glove, Nightmare at Bitter Creek, Anderson's Cross, Eye of the Stalker, The Rockford Files.
Okay, moving on.
So,
Rockford Files.
was that
And Don't Tell
was
Mom
that
the
Nicolas
Babysitter.
Cage's IMDb page?
So in,
From last year.
and Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. Did she play the mom or the boss?
I think the boss.
Okay, she was the
There- you know how-
fashion
Oh no,
boss.
or was she the mom? I think no. Let me.
We can never do Cameo again. They have a whole segment just for 90 Day Fiance people. The people that are on 90 Day Fiance.
Someone would pay to have someone like that
Yes.
give you a message.
Okay, let's do some news of the geek this week.
Oh yeah, I also saw Dolomite is my name.
How was that?
Have you seen it?
No, I heard it was good.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know Rudy Ray Moore was a real. It's based on a real person. That.
Well, of course it's
that-
based
that
off.
Murphy plays.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know.
You never knew
You
the.
didn't know the Dolomite movies?
No, I was completely oblivious to him.
Oh, we used to have blaxploitation movie nights.
Oh yeah.
So we
So, how many of the Dolomite movies did you watch in that?
2, I think.
Okay.
But it is pretty funny when they are making it. Eddie Murphy does they literally almost reenact most of the Dolomite movies. It's like really bad, but it's actually kind of funny. And then in the end credits, they were actually playing the scenes that they reenacted in the movies, and it was almost dead on. It was almost dead on to the point where I was like, oh my God, that was really good. And there was one scene that they actually took from the actual Dolomite movie that they plugged Eddie Murphy into. It's like one of the scenes, one of the funny naked lady scenes that they put in there. But no, it was really good, and it was a good feel good movie too.
It was on Netflix,
his
wasn't it?
backstory, his backstory and everything and how it works, and I actually enjoyed it. If that was based on a true story, I really liked it. It was really good.
So did Eddie get screwed out of an Oscar nomination?
There are times where Eddie is doing Eddie Murphy, like Saturday Night Live kind of caricatures, but it fits the character in the movie that he's making. So I guess if you're a critic looking at it, I was like, oh, well, there's Eddie doing Eddie. Well, if Eddie's doing, Rudy Ray Moore, he's actually doing a really good job. So it was actually I really enjoyed it. It was pretty good. I recommend everybody watch it.
So I asked a yes or no question and didn't get a yes or a no.
Yes. Yeah. What was the question?
I asked, did he get screwed out of an Oscar nomination?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
Could have been. I don't know.
It's time for another installment of the News of the Geek.
Okay, here we go. News of the Geek. Most of the locations that are in Pokestops and Pokemon gyms in Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go.
That's the youth porn version. Also double as interesting locations around town. Art museums, military location, parks, or other places. Fans of the franchise found this as a welcome addition to the Pokemon world. Many people who were in the unknown about the phenomenon, particularly police and military officials, popular mobile game left people in quite a haze. So, one of the issues with the game was there was an increase in civilians entering military facilities, which began causing a lot of misunderstandings to the officials on base. 3.5 years after they were initially requested, Canadian Broadcast News has finally received documents which gives us insight into what the state of the military confusion was doing during Pokemon Go's initial outbreak.
It's during, not doing.
Yeah. A few examples of the email exchanges between the military officials in Canada below. This is awesome. Quote, please advise the commissionaries that apparently Fort Frontenac is both a Poke Gym and a Pokestop. I will be completely honest in that I have no idea what this is. Unquote. This says Major Jeff Monaghan at CFB Kingston.
Monahan.
Whatever. I just thought that was funny. I'll be completely honest. I have no idea what this is. Could you imagine? Blake, you might have some military expertise.
Yeah, this was actually a test by North Korean hackers to see
how easy to get
how
in.
easy it would be to get into our bases. Yeah, exactly.
The game, quote, the game's premise seems to be going to Pokestops and gyms to collect Pokemons. We should almost hire a 12-year-old to help us out with this, of which we were able to find five of these things on the range road itself. Security expert David Levinek at CFB board in Ontario said. Lieutenant
100 kilometers northwest of Toronto.
Yes.
So it's like a couple miles. 3.5.
Fucking metric. Lieutenant Colonel Richard Raymond at CFB Pentawa, west of Ottawa, says, he sent an email, there's a game out there taking off like gangbusters, and it requires people to move to digitally cache. I got it. Locations to get points,
Right.
etc.
Remember, I called Pokemon Go the millennial geocaching game.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
A different military official mentioned that they already found at least 5 of these mythical digital creatures, unquote, while another made the comment that kids were climbing on tanks. First off, who's the security at these places?
Hey, kid, get off that. You don't know what it's all about.
Hey, you kid, I'm going to politely ask you to remove yourself from that tank, eh?
Hey, you won't get any donuts if you don't get off that tank.
We'll throw in some coffee, eh?
So there you go. I just thought that was funny, just some of the stuff with the government, like... I like that
I'll
people
give you
were
some
able to
tire
walk
money.
on.
Give me some tire money to get off that tank, eh?
That old boot.
It's almost as good as IOUs.
So there you go. Pokemon is killing military bases.
Not anymore. No one plays it anymore.
Businesses could go to the makers and say, "Hey, make us this," and for a small fee, you can make yourself a
Put yourself
gym.
a Pokemon stop,
There's somebody on my bus that I take that still plays every single day on the
So
way
as you're
home.
driving down the expressway, he's like, Pokemon?
Yep, she is.
Pokemon.
She's looking.
And, I got myself a Squirtle. Yeah.
Aren't they common?
Probably.
When this come out, didn't they make it like have one of the stops at like the National Holocaust Museum or something?
Yeah.
Like when it first started, like I remember
They
reading
had
an
them
article.
in like some cemeteries.
Yeah,
but
and
they
I like the-
you can't put them in spots
well,
where people aren't supposed to be, like military bases.
But what if they put Pokemon Ghosts there?
When they first put it out, I think they just like randomly just picked places on the map.
Oh, that was not the stops.
Yeah.
In the gyms, they were actually
Placed.
placed, but the things could appear. But if you were within 200, 300 feet, you could get the.
So on to more depressing news. Making Star Wars is reporting that Jar Jar Binks is rumored to have a part in the upcoming Obi-Wan Kenobi series for Disney+, which will star Ewan McGregor in the title role.
I'm thrilled because they'll finally show the connection that Jar Jar has with the dark side.
The Sith. Deborah Chow, he was playing the long game. Deborah Chow,
I think he was more powerful than the Sith.
I'm fine with that. Deborah Chow, who also directed episodes of The Mandalorian, will direct the series as well. So far, all that is known about a possible Jar Jar appearance is that early work was conducted to bring the character back. He reportedly has a beard, and that is to show where he's been and what life has been like since Order 66 and the rise of the Galactic Empire. It's unknown if Ahmed Best will reprise the role, but he previously voiced Jar Jar in the Clone Wars cartoon. Character last appeared in the Aftermath book series, which we talked about on the show,
We did.
where he was a clown for orphan Naboo children after the events of Return of the Jedi. That means if you're hoping for him to die in the series, which is set between Revenge of the Sith and New Hope, you're going to be disappointed. Blake, you excited?
No.
Jar Jar
No.
back? Maybe? Jar Jar?
What?
Yes, exactly.
That's how every answer should be.
yes.
Yes.
See?
Well, I guess it's
I
time
told
to
ya.
cancel my Disney Plus
You don't have Disney Plus.
because I figured I finished The Mandalorian.
Oh, so
Why
you're,
keep it around?
because Daniel
Yeah.
Radcliffe is rumored to be cast as Moon Knight in the upcoming Disney Plus series.
Well, when Moon Knight comes out, we'll re-enlist.
They really have a hard-on for Moon Knight.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I know he's their version of Batman, but he's not popular. So,
We have some breaking news.
yes.
Oh, no.
Luke Kuechly, the football player,
Linebacker.
linebacker for the Carolina Panthers, retired today.
How old?
28.
He's made $63 million in his career.
So that's 3 players under 30 in the last 2 seasons to retire.
I don't blame him. $63 million. See ya. Say he has $20 million left still. Invest. Have a good day.
Oh, he's not. Well, he's not.
He's already
doing
spent
his money.
$43 million.
I'm just saying with agents, with,
taxes.
taxes.
Oh,
and-
that's right. Taxes take about 50%. Agents will take 10%. You're right. It's getting down that low.
Yeah, he's not one of the guys to blow through their money. He's not Antonio Brown.
Or he throws money at his.
Or how about OBJ on the sidelines after the national title game,
handing out money.
wads of money.
NCAA violations. The investigation is going to come out of that.
Well, they're done playing football.
If they're seniors, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he was giving it to Jefferson, the receivers.
Juniors and juniors.
He was saying
and
that he was
seniors.
paying them for their jerseys and cleats.
He was giving them money to all the receivers who beat his record or beat his numbers in college, which is all of them.
I just think it's funny because the NCAA can't really do much.
No,
Well, no, if they're done with their, I mean, that was the
there
last
should
game.
have been
They can still punish the school.
there should have been
They
a
can punish the programs.
There
Yeah.
should have been a Bengal representative on the field with a contract.
Burrow should have taken that money. He'd be safe from the Bengals.
Oh, he's not safe from the Bengals.
Supposedly he was in Cincinnati today. That's a rumor.
Wow, that's quick.
So the only thing that I saw is that his parents were here last week meeting with realtors looking at houses.
Oh God!
That just means
They're moving
Ben-
out of Athens.
the Bengals are going to screw this up.
No, they're not.
No.
They'll find a way to screw
No,
this
they're
up.
not.
So at the Senior Bowl, does Zach Taylor have a contract with him?
Yeah, if he if he shows up to the Senior Bowl.
And hookers and
Well,
strippers.
isn't it pretty much a standard set number for the number one draft pick?
Yeah,
It's
it's a slotted.
It's slotted thing.
contract
Yeah,
now,
so-
but
It's not like when Palmer was here. They
Yeah.
had to actually negotiate.
yeah, it's like
It's not like Stafford's contract.
you know exactly what you're going to get.
What game, preseason or regular season, will he tear his ACL?
for
Okay.
Is that for preseason or for
regular season.
Okay.
Now, what's going to happen next is the Steelers are actually going to tank next year after Roethlisberger goes out in Week 1.
And take Lawrence.
And they're going to take Trevor. You're going to have Trevor Lawrence, Baker Mayfield, Joe Burrow, and Lamar Jackson all in the AFC North.
good.
That would be interesting.
And none of them can win a playoff
And
game.
we're all going to go 8-8 because we'll be all beating up each other.
Does Trevor Lawrence win Heisman then next year?
Yeah.
So they're all Heisman winning quarterbacks?
It's very possible. That would be interesting.
Jackson did win, didn't he?
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Okay, so
the
there.
division 8-8, you get to host a playoff game. Of course, by then the NFL would have changed the rules, and then so when we would have hosted a playoff game,
Well,
now we don't get.
They're
to
all
because
8
we're
and 8, and they
8-8.
can't figure out who actually has the tiebreakers. It's going to come to a coin flip.
They all
Four-way
scored the same
coin
amount.
flip. If only we would have run up the score.
In the 106 to 104 point game.
That was only a 2-point differential.
Let's hear from our friends.
Forgive the interruption, but I believe this requires your attention.
If you ever believed Captain America was on the U.S. Olympic soccer team,
If you ever thought that the Winter Soldier was that brace yourselves guy on the internet,
And if you ever wondered just what would a raccoon do with a machine gun,
then don't let another week pass you by without tuning into
Mighty Marvel Geeks.
Mighty Marvel Geeks is your show about all things Marvel.
with news, rumors, commentary, and interviews.
As well as our weekly recommendations on what to pick up on New Comic Book Day.
Official consulting hours are between 8 and 5 every other Thursday. That's Mighty Marvel Geeks on WeebieGeeks.net, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and anywhere else you listen to podcasts.
Jeff, what are you doing September 11th through the 13th?
I'm going to be at the Cincinnati Comic Expo,
Hey, so will I.
Duke Energy Convention Center, downtown Cincinnati, Ohio.
That's right. Go to CincinnatiComicExpo.com to get your tickets. Intern Hackney is going to be there.
I will.
There you go.
Yes.
We need an intern that weekend.
Yeah.
Because
Desperately
Jim's
need
out of
one.
town, so we need an intern.
Where are you going, Jim?
Whitewater rafting.
So we can.
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, thanks, Dick. We can pay you in
I was
IOUs.
invited.
That's how you've been paying me all
Yes,
along.
so we will continue. Blake, are you going to be there?
I got to check my calendar.
Okay, good. It's only 9 months in advance. Anyway, September 11th through the 13th, Hobie will be there playing trivia, and we'll have some other exciting news in the next couple months. Along with, I heard rumors that Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, and Chris Hemsworth,
Will not be there.
but other
Their
great
stunt
stars.
doubles will.
Yes. No. They haven't announced any of the stars yet. But they do offer the VIP tickets for the whole weekend for a really reasonable price. Those will be coming out probably in the next month or so. We'll let you know when that happens. So follow us at the Bad Ideas Podcast on History of Bad Ideas on Facebook. And follow Cincinnati Comic Expo on Facebook as well for all your updates. September 11th through the 13th.
Wow, it's time to grab your balls of fury. It's Plotlines with Jeff and Jason.
And Blake and Jim and Brian.
Hey, so plot lines, because we haven't done it in a while, from Doctor Number One. He's got everything this week. It's the Passion Chronicles from
I hate Dr.
2018.
Number One.
Passion Chronicles from 2018. Basically, we go around figuring out what the plot is of the movie. We can help each other, or we can do separate, and whoever's closest wins an IOU.
I think it's about the movie.
Yes.
Is about the guy who writes down what happens during the crucifixion of Jesus.
Does it take place real time or during the movie, The Passion of the Christ?
Ooh, that would be interesting. A guy watching the movie The Passion of the Christ writes
Okay.
down what happened.
That could
Even
be
better.
That's worst. I would at least watch them. Okay, intern?
I think it's about a middle-aged man who is chronicling his passion for delivering packages with IPS.
Is he married?
Does he live in
married.
Queens?
And
He is
meatball
from Queens.
hoagies.
Yes.
Oh, that sounds pretty good.
I believe his name is Doug Heffernan.
Never thought I would say this, but I like Blake better than you. I can't be true to that. Blake, what do you got?
It's the coming of age story of a young woman.
A young woman's erotic journey from Milan to Minsk.
Yes. It discovers that she's a Sappho.
She's a saposexual.
She's a saposexual.
Sapio.
Sapiosexual.
And she falls in love with what's his name?
Kramer?
No.
Ken Jennings?
No, it was the guy that wrote the Martian Chronicles.
Isaac Asimov?
Yes.
Okay.
The Passion Chronicles.
Who's in your movie?
Oh, yeah. Who's in
We
my
got to do an
movie?
actor or actress. Chris Klein.
I'm not taking Chris Klein. I'm going to take, what's his name?
That's good.
David Strathairn.
Okay. That's a good one. Good night and good luck. No, intern.
I wasn't gonna
say No.
Leah Remini's in his movie.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
She actually was not. That's not who I was going to say.
Who are we going with?
Carrie Heffernan.
Blake, who's the actress in yours? Actor? What? Sorry.
Juliana Huff.
Okay. Jim, what's your movie?
I'm kind of going with Blake.
Oh, okay.
But I will have the person playing Isaac Asimov. That will be
Robert Pattinson?
No, it's got to be older. I mean, it's
iRobot.
Harrison Ford, Will Smith.
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino.
Hoo-ha!
You mean Al Pacino, the guy that was in Tropic Thunder?
Yes.
Okay.
Mine's going to take place in the 1800s. It's about 4 teenage sisters and their mom. They live in
This is Little Women.
Massachusetts.
You're giving us a plot of Little Women.
No. It's coming of age story. Their father is a pastor. They face Christmas without him, and they get a puppy.
Is he dead?
No, they get a puppy.
Well, they're facing it without him, and he's not
Would you
dead?
shut up? He gets a puppy,
He's a missionary.
and when he comes back, unfortunately, the puppy ran off into the wild. The puppy is now, like 3-4 years old. Say it's a lab, and it gets bit. And they fall in love with this dog, but now it's rabid, and they don't know what to do with it, so they have to kill it.
So it's Little Women meets Old Yeller.
And the women write their story about this. So one of the women in it writes her life story about this and how traumatic this was. So there you go.
Who's in your story?
I'm going to say Kristen Bell. I'm going to say Christina Applegate. And that's it. Yeah, those are the two main
Those
ones.
are the only two people in the movie.
Yes, we had a low budget. So there you go. There's mine. Let's see what
the other characters are CGI'd in.
I got it here. Enter a world where vampire cults seduce young, unwitting beauties into their bloodthirsty ranks.
Vampires.
Where experimental cyborgs built for pleasure travel through time warps to spread their message of free love.
Vampires and
These sexy
cyborgs?
paradoxes of time and space converge on a carnal cosmic trip that threatens the very fabric of reality, humping and gyrating across the infinite tableau of creation.
Even Blake can get into that time travel.
It stars Julia Ann. No, just Julia Ann.
Julia
Ann, Michelle Bauer, Wendy Davidson, Nikki Fritz, Linda Holdhall.
Michelle Bauer was born in 1958, and she's halfway naked on this IMDb page.
Elizabeth Catan, Monique Parent, Raylene Salmon, Julie Strain, and Sandy Wasco.
How many men in this one?
No men.
Was it written or directed by a man? That's all that really matters.
Oh, to the Academy.
Director Sybil Richards.
Sybil Shepherd?
Sybil might be a man's name.
79 minutes. So it's under the 90-minute mark.
Oh, so it's got to be good.
So it's like a long... it's like a long version of 60 minutes. Yeah. Okay. Looks good.
I'm all in.
Yes, you are. Top 5. Jeff, what is this week's top 5?
According to this, it's top 5 fan bases in sports.
So I'm guessing all of us had criteria for this.
Oh, I got a list.
Okay. Before we get to that, intern Hackney was talking off air, and I think the next time he's on, remind us, we're going to do top 5 fan bases we hate. Top 5 most hated
Bottom 5 fan bases.
Bottom 5. Because there's some teams I couldn't put on here because I hate them so much. I went with intelligence for some of this. For the intelligent fan bases.
Yeah, I had a hard time with this.
I didn't go with it. I just went with people who are all around. They support their teams. They're not awful to other people. They kind of know what they're doing. And
I like that criteria.
Okay.
Like Steelers fans who have made it impossible to want to actually go to the game when it's in Cincinnati.
Yes.
Because it's a nightmare.
Well, the Bengals fans are just as bad.
Well, yeah. Yep,
100%.
absolutely.
You could say NFL fans, but majority.
Well, I've got a list of criteria
dear God.
that I
Here's
have.
your criteria. Go ahead.
Yeah.
It's 2 pages long.
Number 1, you have to be positively passionate about your team.
Okay.
So no fair weather fans, no people who throw paper bags on their heads, or people who like get rid of their hats and T-shirts when their teams aren't doing well, only
I
to
like
bring
that
them
one.
out
So
later.
one of my teams is out now.
Oh,
All right, hold on. Are
Like
we
the
allowed
guy-
to throw bottles onto the field?
Oh hell no!
All right, fine.
That's just his criteria.
Yeah.
Your criteria can be completely
No, but I like that one. I'm taking yours too. I like.
Number 2, the team you're a fan of has to also respect its fans and give you a product on the field, or
Okay.
make sure that what you're getting is worthwhile.
Bengals are out.
Bengals are out.
How did you come up with 5 then?
a lot of overseas
Yeah.
teams.
Number 3, the fans must respect the history of the sport and be knowledgeable of the rules.
He's down to 2 teams right now.
And the fans aren't allowed to talk about, we've won so many championships, that don't...
50 years ago?
Yeah, you're not allowed to talk about championships that happened before you were a fan of the team.
Okay.
So, like, people like the Yankees saying 27 rings. I'm like, yeah, you were alive for 6 of them. You can't say it's like you picked a team that had 21 rings before you decided to be a fan of theirs. So Yankees are out.
How about having you have to have a geographic or some kind of lineal connection?
You have to have a connection.
Because you have to have some kind of connection. Because you know what annoys me, for example, are people like Yankees fans who've never set foot in the state of New York, or never been in New York City.
But if they have family ties to it and stuff like that, then I can understand.
If your dad or uncle's from New York, okay, I can understand that.
All right. Well, rule number 4: you have to show some respect to the opposition and its fan base.
I like that one. I had that on mine too. That was the teams I picked was like at least
Like,
they weren't
you
assholes.
can't- Yeah, and you have to realize that your team can't prosper if the league doesn't prosper. So if everything is all centered on your team and the league suffers because you only care about your team, that's you Cowboys I'm talking about, then you can't make it.
So the John Cena effect. Okay.
This is especially true with like college teams. Like you can be a fan of a college team that you didn't go to that college, but you're not allowed to use the word us or we when talking about it.
I agree.
And you probably shouldn't use it at all when you say we did this and we did that. When it's like, no, you sat there and
Unless
cheered
you
on
were
your
actually
couch.
on the team.
Oh yeah, if you're on the team, you can. So yeah, you can be a fan of a team if you've been on the team and use we, but I can't.
So Chad Johnson can.
Yes, Chad Johnson can be a fan of the Bengals and say we. You can't.
He's trying out
for the XFL.
XFL as a kicker.
Yeah.
If you go on social media, you can't be bullying other fan bases on social media. Right out.
And literally at one team now.
And no,
I have 0 teams.
No vague posts about like whatever. Like you're watching a game and you give a vague post about, oh, I don't believe that happened, with no context to it, because it bothers the shit out of me when people start complaining about what's going on and don't let you know exactly what.
You're explaining the rules longer than it's going to take to write your list.
Yeah.
Are you almost done?
Yeah, the last rule.
Okay.
No one in your fan base could have ever been referred to as hooligans.
So that gets rid of a lot of English European football fans.
Yes.
I literally have no idea how you have anyone on your list.
That gets rid of the Celtics.
Celtics right out.
Celtics and the Rangers.
Keep ticks. Okay, Jeff, with that being said, you go first. What's your number 5?
My number 5, now granted these are only personal experiences. Other people might have had problems with said fan bases. But surprisingly, the Detroit Red Wings.
I had them on my list.
I have never had a problem, even though I hate the franchise and the team or whatever. Their fan base was good, and when I went up there wearing an opposing team's jersey, they were nothing but nice. A little ribbing, which is expected, but no problems at all. So I'm actually putting the Detroit Red Wings on my list.
You know what? They're probably my number 1, so I'll do that. Put it on the board.
Number 1?
Yeah, I had them on the list. It was a tough one for me.
I thought maybe you'd just say number 5 and...
Number 1.
Okay.
Intern?
I will stay in the NHL, and I'll say the Blue Jackets.
Short time.
Yeah, but every time I go up there, it's always a super fun experience. Never had any problems. They show up, they support the team, and
the Cannon's pretty fun.
Yeah,
Cannon is
absolutely.
fun.
I'll agree. I just felt like I'm not going to put teams. I'm part of the fan base on there because I didn't want to be.
I'm not really necessarily a fan of the Blue Jackets,
but I am.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't want to put the Blue Jackets on there because I am a fan of theirs.
Do you have another hockey team on your list, Brian?
I do not.
No Checkers?
I don't have the Charlotte Checkers on there solely because I haven't actually been there. Although I am a top fan on their Facebook page.
Ooh,
with the diamond and everything.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Number 5 for you, Blake.
Who threw the squids on the
Detroit
ice rink?
Detroit. Yeah.
Are they the reason why they did the throw a teddy bear on the thing? The one year?
No, the teddy bear.
Teddy bear on the ice.
That was minor league hockey that started.
Well, that was for
that's a charity.
Charity.
It's for charity, but it's for minor league hockey.
Major.
Well, I mean, they always did throwing hats on the ice for hat tricks. So
Yeah.
throwing things on the ice isn't necessarily.
Okay.
So what are you doing?
What about the bass on the ice? The largemouth bass.
Oh, I didn't hear about that one. Who does that?
Nashville.
Oh.
They brought it up, and they were like, what playoff series were they in? Where people were being checked at the door, and you couldn't bring it in, and the guy had like a 10-pound bass, strapped to his leg. In his pants, and got it in and threw it on the ice.
I used to work in the seafood department of a grocery store. That is not going to do well because that's just going to go everywhere.
Hey, that was a national story, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was Nashville.
Yeah.
So what's your number 5?
Based on experience, when I went to the Indiana Pacers Cavaliers playoff game.
So why were you talking about throwing stuff on
Because
the
I
ice?
was there. Well, because I was just asking about Detroit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was wondering if the teddy bear thing on the ice was where they got Detroit fans to bring something other than squids to the arena. So they want to throw something on the ice. Let's have them throw teddy bears.
So how's this connect? Are you at
Well,
Pacers?
it's connected to the Indiana Pacers because I went to a Pacers playoff game with the Cavaliers and with LeBron the King, and despite the fact I was wearing my Cleveland gear, everybody was still pretty nice to me because we were in season ticket holders seats, and they were pretty nice to me, and I did get good-hearted ribbing when the Pacers were up by 30 or 40, but the evening was mine because that was the biggest NBA playoff comeback ever, which spearheaded by LeBron. And they didn't throw me out.
I'm shocked anyone didn't throw you out.
Yeah, because I kept going every time LeBron hit a basketball. He'd be like, LeBron the King.
Oh, I would have thrown you out. That's why Cavalier fans aren't on his list. But
I'm going to stick with. I hobied this, but I'm going to stick similar with Blake is. I'm going to stick with in Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with the Colts.
Oh, okay.
And we're going to pair that up with the Jaguars.
Okay.
Because every year I go to Indianapolis and watch a Colts-Jaguars game, and both the fan bases, when they come together, they don't argue, they don't fight, they have fun back and forth,
It's a rivalry, and
and even outside the stadium, people talk and everything. They tend to have a lot of fun with it.
So I was always like, why does Jacksonville have a team? It's fun. It's a smaller city that has an NFL team.
You mean the largest city in the United States area-wise?
It
Geographically.
is. Geographically, it's the largest.
Okay. Population.
No. Not population.
Anyways, so
That's still New York.
I used to work with a guy that lived in Jacksonville, and he said it is the heart and blood of that city because because it's the only thing professional sports. And they said he's like, if they ever left, it would kill that town. And he's like, it doesn't come across because nobody ever mentions it, like the media, the national media. But he's like, it is a heart and soul of that
Now, hold
city.
on. I would contest that. I would contest that because if it was the heart and soul of that city, how come they got to tarp half the top of that stadium in order to sell tickets and call it?
Because it's a huge stadium.
Well, they don't have to do that anymore.
No.
With the new TV contracts, the sellouts
Yeah,
don't matter.
They still couldn't sell out their stadium.
Well, neither could the Bengals or anybody.
But Bengals aren't heart and soul and blood of the city, though.
No,
Some people make me
NFL
feel like
team
they
sells
are.
out a stadium that big.
You know, how big is the stadium?
200,000.
No, it's like 90,000.
Yeah.
90,000?
It's above 80. Yeah.
It was a college stadium, you know, the ones that get into over 100,000.
So suck it.
The only thing that fills it is what, Florida, Georgia.
Florida,
they play there?
Border battle or whatever they call it.
My number 5 is the Boston Celtics. Celtics. Yeah, they have a good fan base. Lakers, Boston. I'm not a big Boston fan of the city because of the fucking Red Sox, but I've never had an issue with. Are you a Red Sox? Oh, sorry, didn't know that. I saw a Bruins shirt.
He even mentioned it earlier.
Oh. But yeah, I'm going Celtics for NBA. I was trying to do one from each major sport in America.
Celtics wouldn't be my pick.
No.
They fit along with the rest of the Boston
TIAA
fans.
Bank Field, 67,000 for Jaguars.
That's without the...
It can be increased to over 82,000.
There you go.
Major
80.
sporting events.
Major sporting events.
Notice the difference.
Well, the NFL's not a major sport.
It should be, if it's in your city.
My number 4, I hobied it, NFL version. The Raiders, because they are diehards no matter what. Even when their team's going to Vegas, they still show up. And the Buffalo Bills.
I have the Bills non-rule mention.
I have the Bills as my number 4.
Yeah,
Bills are my number 2.
I never
Bills
actually,
Mafia.
I never actually wrote a top 5 list for this because I was just going to wing it.
Yeah.
But now that you say Raiders, I'll say you stole my number 4.
Okay, there you go.
Because back in the day, when we still make a pilgrimage of torture and suffering to Cleveland, Dr. Bednar, myself, and Mr. Cool, we would go and pick basically a Cleveland Browns game that erroneously we thought we could win. And that year we win. It was David Carr's rookie season. It was Amari Cooper's rookie season. And was it Latavius Murray?
Yes.
For the rookie season? And we said, we should beat the Raiders at that game. So we were in downtown Cleveland in a bar, and the Raiders fan bus dropped off all the fans, Raiders fans, into the bar. And my first instinct was, oh, shit. But to tell you the truth, they were a nice group of people, jovial, buy people beers and drinks, and it turned out to be a pleasurable experience with those Raider fans. Now, in the black hole, I can't tell
Correct.
you how they'd be acting, but they're actually really cool. And by the way, every time that I would go see a Cleveland Browns game, we lose in fashion that only the Browns can, because I think that was the first time a rookie quarterback threw for over 300 yards, a rookie receiver had over 100 yards receiving, and a running back had over 100 yards rushing. And I got to witness it again.
Jim, what's your number 4?
My number 4, I'm going to go to baseball, and this is, for me, going to games, having season tickets, going to a bunch of them, and talking to away fans who come in and enjoy. The most enjoyable fans I sit with and talk to, Milwaukee Brewers fans.
Brewers are my number 3.
Okay.
They enjoy the game. They know they're pretty knowledgeable about what they're watching, and you can talk to them, and give a little ribbing back and forth, like, hey, Braun's on steroids. Pete Rose is a pedophile. Yeah, good. Yeah, awesome.
Allegedly.
No, he is.
Stop
No, he is.
And they're not Cubs fans.
Allegedly.
Oh, they're worst. They're on the worst.
Yeah, on the worst list. What's number 4 was Oakland for you.
Yes.
Number 4 for you.
Number 4, I had the Green Bay Packers.
Ugh.
They're not bad fans. You don't like the team, I understand.
Yeah, I don't really
They
care
cheer for their team.
but-
They wear the cool-looking cheese hats. They got cheese hats. That's cool.
And they shovel their own stadium.
They do.
They do, yeah.
Chiefs fans
They
did
own
too.
their own team.
And
And they own their own team.
that was
that's
one of
Good one.
That was a very
Should have been on my list
Yeah.
for that reason alone. But
just in general, the Packers fans that I know, I mean, they're all, again, it's all mostly personal experiences that I have.
Except for Josh.
But
we're calling you out, Josh. He's not going to hear that.
does he listen?
Jeff, number 4.
My number 4 was the Buffalo Bills.
Okay,
as
number
we
3?
discussed. My number 3 was the Milwaukee Brewers. Milwaukee supports their team. Even when they're bad, they still put up good attendance numbers.
I'm going to put that as my number 3, too, because I had the St. Louis Cardinals, but fuck them, because they're kind of assholes sometimes. So.
The St. Louis Cardinals used to might have been fit my criteria, but as of late, they've kind of become
arrogant.
What's the word I'm looking for? Confrontational.
I have to deal with them when I go downtown, and it's a freaking a pain when they're in town when the Cardinals are in town. So I'll go with that. I'll go with Milwaukee as my number 3. Good job. Hackney 3.
Number 3, the Dayton Dragons.
Minor league. Most sold out games consecutively.
Yep.
For a professional team.
Yep.
Any sport or baseball?
Yes.
Yeah.
Any sport.
Most
Any sport.
consecutive sellouts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Local, show up, and I've been to several games, and it's always just a.
How do you find tickets if they're sold out?
I know a guy.
Oh, okay.
Single A baseball.
He knows a guy who knows a girl.
Whose parents have season tickets.
There you go.
Blake, number 3.
I have no number 3.
Okay. Good pick.
I have something in mind for number 1. I'll have to think on 2.
Yeah, you don't have to go by my criteria.
No,
You
this is
can
really
pick your
difficult
own.
for me because I'm like, what other fan bases do I like that's not my own? And my own, I admit, are kind of asshole-ish.
I don't have really my own on here. So
number 3 for you, Jim?
my number 3, I'm going to go with the Hartford Whalers.
Gotta love the whale.
I mean, they are still diehard fans and don't even have a team.
They think they're getting one.
They're not.
They're never going to get one.
But
They just gave one to Seattle before they would go
and
back
they
to
didn't
Hartford.
actually. They didn't really lose a team because no one supported it. They lost a team because the teams around them wanted them out.
Yeah.
And the bigger teams like Boston and New York.
Squeezed out poor little Connecticut.
Yep.
And the worst commissioner in all of sports went with it.
Bettman.
Don't say his name.
Sorry. My number 2, or number 3 was Milwaukee. I'll go Milwaukee. Brewers. Number 2 for me, they are assholes, but they're diehards.
They're lovable assholes.
Soccer fans from Europe. They're fucking diehards.
All European soccer fans?
there's a lot of them.
They're
Celtics
all hooligans.
Yeah, that ruins
but the
number 7 on my list.
Especially the Celtics.
The Celtics?
Celtics.
The Bahoys.
The Bahoys.
Yes.
So I'm going with them as my number 2.
Who's the Daffabets there, Blake?
Yeah, the Daffabets.
Daffodils?
Yeah, the Daffabets. That's what it says on their jersey.
Okay.
Daffabet.
Number 2, Jim?
My number 2, I'm going to high school. I'm going to go fans of the GCL South, the Greater Catholic League South in Cincinnati.
Well, they're assholes and they're hooligans. So there you go.
When there's 4 schools, and it's pretty much not the actual kids, it's the adults who.
Yes, it's the adults.
It's when when these other teams are playing for state titles and stuff like this. There's a camaraderie amongst all the 4 schools that are actually rooting for the other teams, and they're rooting for them to do well.
Considering they're rivals and they're rooting for them.
Rooting for them, and it's the most difficult sports league in the entire country in high school.
I passed out. He said high school football. What
He
happened?
did, yeah. I don't know.
It's not football.
Should there be a bell?
It's basketball. It's all sports.
All sports, not just football.
Oh, sorry. I passed out.
Yeah.
Blake, number 2?
Uh,
Okay, intern Hackney, number 2 for you.
I'm going to say Brewers just because they're named after brewing beer.
Okay.
I like that too.
I like that
Think
idea.
about it. I mean,
Don't
it's
even
good
say
about-
more. Just say brewing beer.
And they have a mitt and a ball for their
Yep.
symbol.
And
they're baseball.
Bernie Brewer slides down the slide
Yeah.
when they hit home runs.
I love that.
Yeah. No, I'm going to Hobie it. And my number 2 is the Durham Bulls fans.
Minor league baseball, AAA.
I mean, in the
They
movie,
never were
pretty
the
cool.
they never were the same after Lou Brown left them as the manager. They really struggled for a couple years after that.
Wrong movie.
I'm about to say Lou Brown wasn't in
He
the.
Oh, damn it.
managed
He was
the
a-
Indians.
Yep, never mind.
Major League.
That's right. He was telling Tyler. Damn it. He did coach the Toledo Mud Hens in it, though.
Okay, one Toledo Mud Hens and the
Durham Bulls.
Durham
Oh, he
Bulls
said Durham
are not
Bulls.
the
I'm
same
sorry.
team.
Yeah, the
I must have
Durham-
blacked out.
Apologize. Apparently, all the women of the Bull fans are pretty hospitable. You know.
But bump. Yeah, now, fans put out like that, I might be fans of them.
I like Candlestick Night. Candlestick Night is good. Number 2 for
Oh,
you.
I should have
intern.
put the Milwaukee Beers. Or,
What a
a terrible thing to happen on Dozen Egg Night.
My number 2, I had the Buffalo Bills.
Okay. Number 2 for you, Jeff.
My number 2, I kind of went away from team sports.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a fan base of one particular athlete.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be all the Jerichoholics out there and Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho, who has
His
reinvented himself year after year.
He, in the 90s, had a heel turn that was epic, and he's been the best wrestler, entertainer ever since.
He has.
And his fan base support him.
And Ralphus.
The Lionheart.
The Lionheart. God bless him.
But that was my number 2.
What's your number 1?
My number 1, I decided to just do fans of the particular sport, and that's curling. Fans of curling are the best fan base ever.
Okay.
In addition to Dolomite and everything else I talked about, I have ended up watching curling
on TV
the past couple weeks too, twice.
It's a fun sport.
It is
fun
a
sport to watch.
and drink beer too.
Yeah. Intern, what's your number 1?
Number 1, this is a team that I'm a fan of, and 95% of my friends are fans of, and it's Xavier.
Xavier University?
I mean,
Okay.
I have to argue that, and I'm a fan of them.
He's wearing XU stuff as
he
we
is.
speak.
Yes, but getting on Xavier Twitter and fan pages.
I feel like
That's
that's
every
just
fan
every
page.
sports Twitter. It's bad.
These people are ignorant. Some of them are downright racist.
Talking social media.
It's Alabama was looking to fire the people on Alabama's Twitter pages were looking to fire Nick Saban after he lost and didn't make it to the playoffs. I'm like, dear God, people, simmer down.
Yeah, rule number 5, no bullying on social media.
Number 1 for you, Blake?
I would have to say, because, originally I was like, I don't know what to do with this stuff, and I was going to wing it. And now that I think about it, because you're making me think about this, and then really, I was joking about, the Durham Bulls and all that kind of stuff. But, I sit there and I think about it. The most enjoyable times I've had is going to minor league teams, right? I'm talking about minor league hockey.
I agree.
Yeah.
Minor league baseball. So I really think about it. I've had the most enjoyable time there because it didn't matter who you're rooting for or whatever. And the people that are there for the sport or they're really there for that team. And as I've been to I've been in Indianapolis. I've been in
Indianapolis Indians.
Indianapolis Indians. I've been to
A River Monsters
the
game.
Wahoos. The Blue Wahoos down south. I've been to the old Akron
Rubber Ducks.
Rubber Ducks. They were the Arrows back when I was there. The Arrows. And so when I think about all these minor league teams, then like the Cyclones, here in town, and also like the Lake Monsters or whatever up top, I forget, whatever. So I really sit there and think about it. A good fan bases are the minor league team fans that go there because they like it because it's more of just the sport, and it's seeing people who are going to be. Because I can't tell you how many times baseball games where I've been where somebody starts striking up a conversation with me who's a fan there. It starts giving me a background of this guy who's like, oh, they're going to call this guy in because they want to see what he's going to pitch and all that kind of fun stuff. And then even if you are a fan of the other team, they don't hate you.
You're saying minor league sports
just minor
in
league
general?
sports in general.
Is
I
your
think
number
it's
one?
very
Good
good
number
sports
one.
base.
Minor league sports like the Cleveland Browns? Is that
I
minor
said
league?
good minor league. Teams.
Oh,
I didn't
good
say-
minor league
I didn't
team.
say shit storms.
Oh, okay. Number 1 for you, Jim?
My number 1, I kind of did this a little different. I am going to pick fans of long snappers because people who go to the games and root for the long snappers know enough about their sport and root for the truest
They are
warriors on the
the
field.
true fans.
Because if a long snapper screws up, everyone knows it.
Uh-huh. But if he doesn't screw up and he's on the team for
Yep.
like 13 years, no one knows who he is.
Yeah, except for me and Jim.
Go Clark Harris. You're a homie.
Might be one of the best positions in football.
Like
Like
I
a
said-
backup quarterback and punter.
Whenever we would play the video games and you could create your own character and you'd create yourself, I always wanted to be the long snapper.
Okay. And my number one was Detroit Red Wings. As much as I don't like them, they have a really loyal fan base. Any quick honorable mentions here before we
I
get
have
out
some
of
honorable mentions.
Okay.
I have fans of the World's Strongest Man competition.
Mm-hmm.
I can agree with that.
FC Cincinnati fans.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
They got them a professional Major League Soccer team within
Yes.
3 years.
And they still show up. They still had the newest, the best
Thing.
season tickets, newest season tickets.
We went to
sales.
our first game, with us, my wife and the kids. We went to our first game this year, and I'm not a big soccer fan, but my goodness, that crowd was great. It was awesome. So, and the games are quick, which is really nice.
Have they ever been referred to as hooligans?
I don't think so.
No,
Okay.
they're pretty nice.
Just making sure.
yeah,
And
No, that's true. I got season tickets to FC Cincinnati.
it's fun. It's quick
fun
games.
to go when I go.
And then the other ones I have the Springfield softball team fans. And
The
Springfield-
Isotopes?
Well, the Isotopes was the
Oh, from The
baseball team.
Simpsons.
Oh.
The
The softball team,
softball team.
of the power plant,
power
nuclear
plant,
power plant.
and then the
fans.
Springfield Isotopes.
Okay.
Anyone else? Real quick.
I did have, that hurt me to say this, the New York Football Giants. Mainly because of its former owner, Wellington Mara, who was the kind of guy who realized that, yeah, I can be a dick because I'm in New York and I can sell all the tickets I want, but I want the league to thrive. So I'm not going to make demands that, that are ridiculous just to hold the rest of the teams in lower populated cities hostage. And the fans seem to follow along with that. They're most of them I hear anyway aren't trash talkers.
I'll take Giants fans above Jets fans.
Oh yeah, Jets fans are terrible.
I mean, I'll take the Mara girls, the actresses.
Yeah.
They're pretty hot.
Speaking of New York, did you see the one thing on Twitter that was gaining traction? I thought that was funny. Talking about the Houston Astros cheating scandal. They were like, AJ Hinch and all that, fired. Alex Cora, fired. Carlos Beltran, managing the Mets. That's your punishment.
He might.
I know, but it was just funny
Yeah.
because everyone trashes the Mets. I was like, oh, that's kind of funny.
I like it when they go to Pete Rose for quotes.
No.
Oh God, no.
Oh, he's already got them in there.
I know.
Can we never name him again?
That's one reason that the Reds fan base could not come anywhere close to my list is because too many of them are apologetic for Pete Rose.
So, anyways, wrapping it up this week. Intern Hackney, thank you for showing up.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, sir.
Let's see here. Bad idea of the week.
Pete Rose.
I'm going to say
Pete
jump.
Rose apologists.
Okay, fine. Pete Rose, number 14. Number 14, Pete Rose.
Pete Rose apologists.
Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history. It's not so bad. There's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. The history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Addendum. Titles for the show. I have Paying for Friends, because the other way, that's what you get when you pay for friends is too long. Dad. Invested in Pogs. And I think that's all I had.
I had They Make Good Nooses
Oh, God, no.
and Mike, Jim, and Brian.
Those are people's names. We can't use it.
Shut up.
I have Pay for Friends. We got that to look forward to. And, what's that? Dr. Number One ruins the show.
I had sapiosexual and rope influencer.
What was that? Rope influencer. Change approved. Rope influencer. Goodbye.
Oh, no. We're not done yet.
What'd you have?
So, are you coming and playing Dungeons & Dragons with us Friday night?
I would. I'm busy because I'm podcasting that night.
No, you're not.
I'm playing tabletop games that night.
Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons at Blake's.
With Jeff and Jim.
At Blake's.
No. I would, because my character of Lee Iacocca really wants to sell some carriages.
He's invited.
But I would, but I gotta shampoo my hair.
Downstairs.
Yeah.
And not with you guys. Yeah, I would, but I'm busy that night. Wife has plans for us.
No, she doesn't.
We already talked to her. She said you're free to go.
She wants you to go.
I gotta get up early the next morning.
No,
She said she'll even watch the kids the next morning if you come play with us.
I actually do have something early the next morning, but intern Hackney and I, we're going to a Boston Bruins game.
No, we're not.
We're going to a WWE event.
No, we're not.
AEW event.
No.
A spa.
Happy endings?
See, there you go.
Are you paying for him to go to a spa with you?
If I don't have to play Dungeons and Dragons, yes. Yes, I am.
Looks like we got plans.
You're occupied.